Yo, what is good? Welcome to another Deafness 45 24-hour stream where we're going to be doing a lot of different fun things. Interviews, podcasts, auctions, multiple auctions, dollar auctions, quarter auctions, giveaways, IRL, LCS tour hangouts, if you will. It's going to be a blast, guys. So hang out, enjoy the show, interact with the chat, communicate, talk with the people, interact with me. That helps the stream, especially with those people that can hang out late through the late hours. The last however many I've done, I've had such a great success of having like 30, 40 people from like 3 a.m. up to like 7 a.m. to the sunrise, or 5, 6, whatever time the sun rises these days. Welcome everybody coming in. Let me get a roll real quick of who's in here, and then I got to update the thumbnail because I'm through StreamYard right now. There'll be different platforms I use depending on sections of this, but the way this is going to work is this first hour is going to be intro, kind of what's going to happen tonight, interacting just quickly with you guys, doing the giveaway of the Jazz Chisholm. That's within the first hour. And then what will happen is we'll transition from this to a hobby hangout platform or panel, if you will. I got a lot of people that are going to come on. We'll probably have anywhere from 6 to 10 guests. We ask them different questions. We'll be kind of doing like a hangout chat / podcast. And then from there, we're going to transition to the Playmaker podcast for an hour. And then after the Playmaker podcast, we'll probably restart stream because we'll probably be like 4 hours, 5 hours-ish in. Every 8 hours, we have to restart it. Otherwise, we're going to lose it. But I have to switch platforms to then start auctions. So we'll just kind of do a 4 or 5 hour-ish cut, but it'll be like a restart right away. So it'll be basically just transitioning. I'll have everything ready. We'll end one. We'll start another. That way YouTube saves all the VODs, keeps everything uploaded, etc. We don't lose anything, because if you go over a certain hour mark per time, you may lose it. Plus, we're going to have a lot of these anyway throughout the 24 hours, as you guys have been around these before. When we go on walks, when we go to the LCS, we're going to be mobile, right? So we have to switch. I can't take my computer with me and just stay live. We have to switch that over. So give me 1 second. Let me get the thumbnail updated, because I know that that's just my regular whatever. Let me mute this. And then let me get this shared out as well, because I have not even shared it yet. It looks like we already have 20 people in here. So that is a pretty good sign with it not being shared yet, besides you guys that may have your notifications on. It'll be fluctuations of people, man. Hopefully we can get some good numbers in here. We have had some great success in the past during the auctions, during the panels, during the LCS tours, etc. And again, there's going to be multiple giveaways going on tonight. The first one, again, is going to be within this first hour, the Jazz Chisholm Snakeskin 35 of 35 bookend. The way you get in that giveaway is if you watch my video, the giveaway video, thumbnail says giveaway, watch or whatever. On that, you have to watch it. It's a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. Leave a comment, whatever. I'll get you on the list. You have to have that in, though, before we draw the giveaway winner. So just make sure that you guys do that. Let me get this updated quick. Put this into the 24-hour streams playlist just so when it uploads. All right, so the thumbnail should be active. Let me get on my phone and share this out real quick. And then I'm going to do a roll call of who's already in here. Say hellos to all you guys and kind of see where everybody's at, everybody's feeling. I'll explain to you kind of where my head is right now, I guess, because I'll tell you guys when I get this updated. Just give me a second. All right, so let's see. I gotta do this. I gotta go here. I gotta do it on my computer, actually. Bear with me 1 second in the chat here. I see Guns in the building. I'll say what's up to every one of you guys. Let me get a thing pin for my payment, like when we do auctions, so people don't always have to ask. And also, if anybody does, you don't have to, but if you want to donate, you can super chat or you can just send PayPal if you just want to support the stream. Again, just being here, supporting it enough. But if anybody'd like to, buy me a coffee, whatever, for the morning, all is good. So I have that pinned up at the top. Let me get this shared out real quick, and then I will do a roll call with all of you guys, and then I'll kind of let you know kind of how my last 24 hours has been. Let's start with the last 24 hours leading up to this 24-hour stream we're about to do. So give me 1 second here. Let me share out. Let everybody know we are live. We are live. Let's go. All right. So here's the deal. I'll do a roll call real quick first. So what's up, Joe Mans? We got Warcraft. We got John Winkler. What's up, man? Good to see you, my man. If you're still in here, I know you were in here earlier because it lets you know that the stream is going to be starting. Fester. We got Tracy Carter. Nice. Welcome. Cobra Kids. William Carter. So it's William Carter, probably on his wife's or someone else's deal. I got my boy Crafty, Warcraft, Ohio. How are you doing, my man? Love seeing you. Festy Fester, my boy Guns in the building. Guns will be on the panel with some other people in about an hour. If anybody else wants to join, I will drop the invite link when we get set up or ready to do that. And then Guns is actually going to be, we're going to be doing a one-on-one. He's going to be kind of doing an in-depth with Deafness, only he's going to be asking me questions the last hour of the stream, and then that's going to carry over to his Saturday Night Gun show. So let's get locked and loaded. The Lost Yankees podcast. Welcome. Good to see you, my man. Matt D, good to see you. Todd Lou, been a minute. Henzo, what's up? Card Marshall, keep it friggin' locked. Let's lock those horns, baby. Let's lock them. Let's see who else. Justin P up in the building. Sports Card. Ditar, Diego, nice to see you, my man. Always my guy, Cobra. Sorry I couldn't hit better cards for you at the end of the night last night. Tedster, Goody G up in the building. We got the one and only hip flipping mama. Wink, wink. Shout out to you. Brian Diamond, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate all the texts and all the reach outs. It means a lot from everything I've been going through in the last couple weeks. Balls, what up, brother, my man? He'll be joining us as well. Cheney in the building. Joe B1 Kenobi. The man, the myth, the legend. The man is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is in the chat. Welcome back, my brother. Steven's Cards. We got Scooter's Cards. It's been a minute, man. Welcome. Jim F. Love seeing you here, guys. If I could take 1 second in between all of these introductions, hellos. Guys, Jim F. is going through a lot right now. If you guys can please keep him in your prayers, positive thoughts, I would really appreciate it. Cobra with the let's go $50 super chat. Youngster, man, I can't thank you enough, my guy. Too kind. Dropping super chats like that when I can't even pull you anything. Well, I pulled you a Zach Wilson to 30, but it wasn't an auto last night on your personals. I appreciate you, young man. That gets us started. That gets my blood extra flowing, and we're ready to roll. We're ready to go. JP, salute, sir, my man. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right, I think I am caught up. Maybe not. All right, here we go. So here's how my last 24 hours has gone. So as you guys know, I work a day job. I get up at 6:37. Sometimes I kind of try to sleep until 8 if I can push it, because I can kind of crawl out of bed. In my office, I work out of home. I could be in my boxers and take calls and do business if I want to. I could literally have my sales forms and clipboard probably in my bed and maybe bring my laptop there and just kind of hang out and do business. That's the nice thing when I get sick. I can't afford to have sick days, because if I'm not working during those days, business stops. There is nobody answering phones. There is nobody taking orders. There's nobody doing customer service. There is nobody doing anything for the business. So I need to keep the business flowing, the business going. So when I've been sick, like I thought I had COVID like a year and a half, 2 years ago when that first strand hit. My brother-in-law actually ended up in the hospital for like a week. He was almost on a respirator. Like he couldn't breathe at all. His body like almost shut down. My sister, my nieces, all of them had gotten it. I was down, didn't have any taste, any smell for like 3 days. I laid in bed and worked, but I worked through it. I basically struggled through, pushed through. There were times where I didn't answer calls, where I was just like in between a nap or whatever, but I did it. So I can do it. But I basically worked. And then you guys know that I break over. Shout out to my boys, Triple Diamond Sports Breaks. Guys, our rookie quarterback we drafted 2 years ago, he was actually in the building at Triple Diamond today, breaking live on their channel. He got in there at like 2:00, and I remember he had someone else with him as well, but he was actually ripping personal stuff. I think he did a couple breaks for people that got into breaks, etc. So he was at Triple Diamond. So shout out to them. Guys, love them, appreciate them, known them guys forever. If you guys ever want to check them out, please do. TDSbreaks.com or Triple Diamond Sports Breaks. You heard it here. But I was with my boy Alex last night. Me and Alex haven't worked a Thursday night in quite some time. So Alex, there's always usually whoever's there breaking, there's somebody else they call admin or like one of the owners or whatever to lock up, etc., hang out, check sales. So when I saw he was there, I assumed that we were going to probably be in for late night because that's just how we do it. He likes to push the stuff. He likes to keep pushing and keep going. And it was slow. It was dead. We were having internet connections. Like the first couple hours, there was like not much movement. And then all of a sudden, boom, we had 7 boxes of first off the line optic football. And we ended up breaking every single one of them. I left that place. And then I did a couple personals for Cobra at the tail end. I left that place last night at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. I got up at about 8 a.m. this morning. I tried to take a little nap here this evening, a short little nap. It wasn't happening. It wasn't going to work. My adrenaline was flowing. I was just going. So here we go. I see Rottweiler Rottweiler's always mooning the ass, trying to get attention. She got to get attention somehow. She might shake it if you start throwing a couple dollars at her. I don't know. She might be good for it. I don't know. I'm not trying to sell out my dog or not. I'm not trying to sell out the Zoster, but she may if you throw a couple dollars at her. PSA Ray, what's good, my guy? Hope you're doing well. So that's kind of how my last 24 hours has gone. I ordered a Outback steak, had it delivered. Took a shower about an hour ago just to kind of get the body rejuvenated and ready to roll, ready to go, what have you. So it's going to be a fun night, guys. I will tell you that the way I have this set up right now tonight, as much as I would love to get into auctions earlier on, like, because we're going to do multiple auctions and I have plenty of cards, but the idea here is that to start it off, we wanted to start off with the hobby hangout panel because I didn't want to get people that maybe had to get to bed at a certain time or had things going on. I didn't want them having to try to rely on waiting for me, getting it set up, rolling it through, and 10, 11 o'clock telling them, hey, let's do the hobby hangout panel. So I had to set it up through StreamYard first. So I wanted to knock out the panel, do the first giveaway, do your introductions like we are, do the hobby hangout panel, which is going to be very fun. It'll be interesting because we're going to have a lot of people in here. K-Dub has even said that he got the okay from the wifey to come on tonight. So he hasn't been on the channel for a while. You guys most of you on Twitter side, at least in the community, know K-Dub. We love K-Dub. We're going to have guns. We're going to have balls. We're going to have Nate. We're going to have Javier might be able to make it from his son's swim meet that he has going on. A couple other people. And anyone else that wants to join, you're more than welcome. Pittsburgh. I'm forgetting about Pittsburgh. He's going to join on the panel. What I will do is when we get this rolling or get this set up, I will actually drop a link in the chat. And anyone else that wants to join can join. I'd prefer, though, if you join that you use your camera, like you have the face cam on, because we're all going to be camered up. It's just that way people are kind of seeing you and seeing who's talking, maybe putting a face to the voice, if you will. Guys, got to remind me to keep drinking water. I got to drink a lot of water. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking so much. I'm going to lose my voice quickly, and I've been talking all day. What card shops are we going to, Cobra? So we'll obviously hit Triple Diamond, but I'm going to take you guys. I mean, I've seen a lot of Triple Diamond. So the first spot we're going to go to in the morning, I think he opens at like 10 o'clock. So probably like 10, 11-ish. We're going to take a ride out, Uber or a Lyft, and we're going to go out to the ballpark in Apple Valley. It's an old school baseball card shop. Some on this channel have seen it. Some have visited it. It's wall-to-wall packed with cards, with sports, old school memorabilia. He's got multiple stands. He's got a ton of vintage. He's got some modern as well. He doesn't carry the product line like Triple Diamond does. He's a completely different style of card shop. He's like an opposite of Triple Diamond. like still an LCS, but he's like one of the old school LCSs. In fact, Karl Anthony Towns, like 3, 4, or 5 years ago, he's got a bunch of pictures up on the wall. Somebody won like a Panini hangout with him through Karl Anthony Towns, and they rode in like a limo and they went to the ballpark. This before Triple and all them were open, even around. And he loved it. Like Cal got a video of like him walking in going, "Oh, now this is a card shop," because it's just wall to wall. I mean, every wall is covered. There's like no room left anywhere in that place for you to put stuff. It is just packed, like tons of awesome vintage stuff, tons of everything. And Cal is one of the nicest, kindest guys in the world. And what I usually do, because he is someone that doesn't ever rip or open any products, when we go there, I usually buy product, and me and him kind of have like little pack wars, pack battles, what have you. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to see him like a kid again. He's a few years older than I am. See him like a kid again and kind of getting into it, if you will. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's right, AB baby. What does a live stream? Yeah, it's not started. We're not starting yet. Tell me in about 5 hours and tell me, okay, now we're starting. It's good to see Warcraft. Justin B, what's good, man? Good to see you. So again, guys, this is kind of the way this is going to work. Plus, Jeff promised us all you can eat. Promised us all you can eat Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, I'm just going to hit you guys all up. I'm going to hit up every spot and do it up. So dinner, I don't know who's ordering dinner. I already had dinner. I had, like I said, I just explained. I had Outback steak. I had to get myself a steak or have a steak. Let me make sure connection's all good here too, guys. So we're not. Okay, Wi-Fi is turned off. That is good. We're direct connected in. All right, guys. So here's what I think we're gonna do. Mark, what up, brother? How are you doing, man? Let me just make sure I don't have any new updates on the vid. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to run the first giveaway. And then from there, so we got Card. My man Card Marshall got in. And who else? Looks like Rick Osbond. So let me just get this update while I'm interacting with you guys. I have a list already set. I just got to add anybody who's now popping in, like just in the last few minutes. So we got Card Marshall. We got Rick. Give me 1 second because I don't have my goggle or my glasses on because it's very hard for me to. There's too much reflection. All right, so let me see. I think there's one more person that added theirs. Oh, Crafty's in here. Warcraft. Ohio. All right. Storm. I think someone else snuck one in. John Winkler. I'm going to get the list set. We're going to draw this giveaway here. And then we'll probably go from there. We'll go to the panel because I scheduled it for an hour, but I think it's going to go a little longer because I think we're going to have more than like just a few people. So Otis Mitchell. All right, some new names. And guys, just make sure you guys are subscribed as well. Some of these new names I'm seeing. I appreciate y'all. Joe Mans. Is that everybody? Why do I feel like there was someone else? Oh, Joby won. Joby won. All right. I'm going to put up the screen real quick. I'm going to get the list set. Let me do this. All right. So let me share. Let me do this. Let me open up a new window. Minimize these. Maximize this. Let me go to random.org. Guys, if you have not, go to the giveaway video. You got a few seconds to do this. Go to the giveaway video. Cueto's, my man. Make sure you guys leave a comment. It hit an autocorrect? What? No way. Make sure it's a guy guns. O-Block, baby. You got me in there, bro. Brian, I think I do. I think I saw you. I think I added you earlier today. Let me look. Or the other day. A couple days ago, maybe. Diamond, I think, is what I have it under. Let me double check here. Diamond. Damn it, I need my glasses for this. Oh, maybe I don't. All right, Brian, I'm gonna get you. I'll add you there now. I don't know why it wasn't showing. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this list randomize the list. Bam, bam. How do you? Isn't there like dice roll though that we can do with this? Hang on a second. Random.org. We need a dice roll first. I should have had this already set up. But like you said, I'm just running here, guys. Dice roller. Perfect. All right. Sweet. We'll do 2 dice. All right. Let me get the list copied in there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get this first giveaway ready or set up. I'll get it on the screen in a second here. All right, let me just refresh. Guys, it's going to be like the last call to get the list in. I think we're good. All right, good deal. All right, guys, let me share this out. Share the screen. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to actually make this big for now so you won't see me, so you can blow it up. All right, guys, here we go. Yeah, it's great to see you guys in here, man. Appreciate the support. Again, after this, we're going to have a fun hobby hangout panel with a bunch of people in the community. I'm going to drop a link if anybody else wants to join that even when I just send a link, if you already told me you want to be in, you can just even click on that link to get in. So I don't have to try to send emails to each and every one of you guys. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to roll 2 dice first. So we're going to do a dice roll. This is random.org. I have the list. Set. No Dak. One of the original OGs of the Deafness 45 24-hour streams. If you guys don't know, now you know. That man right there, Mr. Logan himself, the legend he is, he drove all the way about a 7-hour or plus round trip drive. The first 24-hour stream I did, he said, Def, I'm going to drop you off a bunch of junk wax to give away and open and whatever during the stream. And he goes, but I don't want to. I said, well, dude, let's put you on stream. I don't want to be on stream, bro. I don't want to be on stream. I'm going to just drop it off, and I'm going to text you after I've left when I'm already gone. It'll be at your front doorstep. And what do I know? I get hours later, I get this text. He's like, dude, it's right outside your front door. And so I open the door, and boom, he's got this great, ginormous, big, huge box of just boxes of junk wax, like all sorts of baseball, football, wrestling, basketball, I think was even in there, hockey, you name it. A legend, of OG, if you will, of the Deafness 24-hour streams. Kind of like guns, kind of like balls. Some of these guys, a lot of you guys have been with me. Jim F's been there from like day one, from the first one. Austin F, what up, brother? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you sneaking in here. All right, guys, so this is going to be for the first giveaway. Again, there's going to be plenty of other giveaways. I'm going to show you a cool card after I get done with this, when I get back on camera after we draw this, that I found actually going through a box that will either give away or sell in an auction tonight. It's one of those kind of cool finds that you find. I mean, it's not the craziest card, but it's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool for where we're at. All right, so here we go. 2 dice. 2 dice. Roll dice. We're going 9 times, guys. 9 times. Here we go. So when this gets to 9, when we go 9 times, it's going to be the top person. Let me just refresh, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to forget anybody. All right, looks like we're good. All right, so for this one, there's going to be plenty of giveaways, guys. This is just the one to kick it off. This is the one for the video that we did. All right, here we go. 9 times, guys. 1, 2, 3. It says it right here, too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Derby City Collector. Congratulations, my friend. That's 9 times right there. Derby City Collector. You win the Jazz. There's going to be plenty more giveaways, guys, though, throughout this 24-hour stream. So don't run away. Don't be like, oh, well, I didn't win that Jazz, so I guess I got to leave. Hang out, man. Interact. Have a good time. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on during this 24-hour stream. Derby, my man. I believe I have your address. I'm pretty sure you've gotten auctions and stuff from me before. Maybe just resend me an email to deafness45@gmail just to be sure, double safe. Put that up there. We are good to roll. We are good to go. All right, let me get rid of this right now. All right, so guys, check this out. I was going through some boxes, right? This is Mike Trout's rookie year. It's not the craziest card. It's not the craziest card, but it's from Panini Signature Series. Panini Signature Series. Mike Trout. Card number 80. I mean, what a damn airtime. What up, brother? What a damn cool card to just find in a commons box. Like, literally with commons. I must have gotten in some breaks that years back then, and he just wasn't really the name back then. And here we are. It's kind of like that, like they always say with the Mike Trout deal, where you just end up finding these Mike Trouts. All right, so we're a little ahead of the game, but all right, here we go, guys. Jeff's your neighbor. Nice, Ricky. Let me see. I gotta make sure. Tracy, I'm gonna give you guys. Everybody should have a bluey that's been around for a while. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody that hasn't maybe been here for a little bit. I don't want anybody to feel like they're not part of the fam, because everybody is. You've been around, unless you're like brand new, but then you'll eventually get that. Rick's been here before. You can get the blue. And then nobody can time nobody out, because we're all good. We're all fam. Nobody's around here trolling or doing anything like that. All right. Yep. Cobra, you can absolutely join as well. I'm going to drop the link right now. I'm going to put it in the chat. Guys, we're going to start the we are going to start the Hobby Hangout panel, the part of the 24-hour stream, which is going to be a Hobby Hangout panel, if you will. We're going to get a bunch of people in here, creators, what have you. I'll ask some different questions. Maybe you guys have some things you want to ask me. We'll try to keep it in some kind of good order. This will probably run about an hour or so, hour and a half. We got a little extra time because I was planning about an hour for the intro, kind of talking and chatting to people, doing the giveaway. So we're already a little ahead. I think I'm just talking a little fast because I'm just excited. I'm a little pumped up to do this. So, guys, just click that link if you want to start piling in. I'll see you guys in the back room, and then I can add you guys in, and I'll add you guys in as you come on. I know Guns Balls said he wanted to. If Cobra, if you want to get on here, you can. Cueto said he may or may not. If he can, if he has time. Airtime maybe can make a little appearance if he did his hair and whatever else today. Who else? Who else said they were going to be in here? I think I might have to email a couple of people because I don't see a couple of people in here, like Pittsburgh. Give me a second here. Let me drop a email real quick. My man Pittsburgh. Give him a link. I don't see anybody popping in yet. What happened to my guys that were all going to be getting in on this? All right, Pittsburgh. Anthony. the need. All right, let me get him the link. I think he was assuming about half hour from now, so he's probably not in here yet because of it. I think he had to work. Copy that. Share that. Bam. All right. So that's shared out as well to Pittsburgh. Guys, all you have to do is click that link. I don't even have to email anybody. So anybody who wants to join, I'll see you guys in the back room as you're coming in. Yeah, I just sent him an email too, but I appreciate it, Hip Flippin' Mama. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't appreciate you enough. Can't appreciate you enough. And again, if anybody's going to be hanging out throughout the auctions, there'll be a couple different auctions. We're going to do an auction. The first auction, I got tons and tons of cards, guys. The first auction is going to be Cobra. I'll get you in 1 second. I just got to finish saying something. The first auction is going to be probably within about, I would say, the next 2 hours or so, 2.5 hours. But if anybody is going to be around that wants to help do the countdowns, so I don't have to say them verbally, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. You don't have to do it for every single auction I do throughout the 24-hour stream, so we'll do one in the middle of the night, probably a quarter auction one. But whenever you can help, that would be much appreciated because it's going to help me a lot. So where's my guys like Guns and all them? You guys still eating dinner? What are you guys doing? Balls, get in here. What are you guys doing? What's up, Cobra? We got Cobra's kids in the building, guys. Yes. Hello. Corey. Yes, he may be a little bit younger, but I know his father. I've met his mother. They've actually traveled from where they live and hung out with us at Triple Diamond Sports Breaks. He is one of our very, very valued customers over at Triple Diamond Sports Breaks. That's actually where I've met him. This kid is he's a hobby game changer, if you will. And while we're waiting for other people to get in here, Cobra, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions in hobby regards. There you go. What is that? A John? What is that number to?
Number 5, Noir rookie.
Noir to 5, Ja Morant rookie. Cobra.
Yep.
What other kind of cards do you have just sitting in that case right there next to you that you just pulled that Ja out of?
I got Bane Gold number 10 auto.
Oh, that's the one I want to get my hands on. Yep.
Just picked up Michael Harris number 99.
Oh, yep. A lot of guys are Michael Harris, the Braves prospect. A lot of people going crazy over him.
I'm already up 100% on that card in a week. Maxi number 5.
So Cobra, what got you into, what drew you into the hobby just specifically, and when did that all start?
I started maybe a year ago. I went on a across the country trip with my grandparents, and I bought some Pokemon cards. Then it just took off from there.
Yep. And if you guys didn't know, we had a super big Super Bowl break at Triple Diamond Sports Breaks during the Super Bowl. They ripped it before the Super Bowl started, and he got the Patriots, and he ended up hitting a Tom Brady select 1 of 1 in a gem. We sent it in rush. It gem minted a 10, and he sold it for some pretty big coin. So guys, if you ever doubt or ever think that there isn't a possibility, whether you buy product yourself, whether you get into breaks, whatever your angle may be in the hobby, there is always an opportunity any given day, any given time to have something that could be a life changer. I mean, that card, $100,000 card, roughly, he doesn't have to tell us exactly what he sold for, but that's just kind of a ballpark, $60,000 to $100,000. Think about that, guys. In one break, pulling a card or hitting a card like that is absolutely insane. And you see it all the time. In fact, when I was in, my boy Guns, give me one. What's up, buddy? What's up, brother? You see it all the time.
I couldn't figure it out. I thought I was looking for an email or something.
Oh no, I know. Well, then I just put in the link, so then didn't have to email you guys individually. One more second, Guns. Let me say one more thing about what I was talking about with him. This is little Cobra. This is Cobra. I know him and his parents.
He's feedback through the computer.
Yeah, probably because you got a headset, got to plug it in or something. There you go. You good? All right. And to touch on that note real quick with like the Tom Brady being hit, that
God, man,
101
I think I
Tom
can
Brady
stop the
select,
thing. Let me try it again.
Trey Lance was just pulled for somebody else at like even at just triple diamond. Just
I know what it is.
Let me try it again. Okay. Just like a month
I
ago.
still had YouTube open. Bang. All right, we're
There
good.
you go. There you go.
Sorry.
And again, that could be a $20,000 to $100,000 card, numbered 505 gold vinyl auto. So again, these things happen, and they happen almost every single damn day. I mean, it's ridiculous. Not in just one place, but around the world, people are ripping and pulling just insane cards. If you're on Twitter, you're seeing them posted everywhere. They're literally posting them everywhere. Balls said he's coming in a minute. So Cobra, you're heading to the National, right? Well, Guns,
Yep.
I'll get to you in a second. You're heading to the National, right?
Yep.
So what's on the radar when you get to the National? Is there anything specifically that's on the radar when you get to the National that you're looking to get?
Herbert flawless auto and true RPA out of NT, and also Mac flawless is what I'm looking for.
Big balling. Big. And guys, just to be clear here, this isn't just a young baller like stating he's like saying some high dollar cards and he's like dreaming. Like he's probably got the bankroll in the back end if he finds them, and if he can make a deal with the guys, he's going to be posting, he's going to be buying them. This isn't someone coming on here going, yeah, guys, when I go to the National, I want to get let me think of the craziest 3 cards I could think of out there that you could buy. No, these are literally what he's going to get, and he's going to get them if he finds them. So awesome, man. I admire you, Cobra. I wish I had the same drive. Like I look at you at your age, I wish I had that same drive when I was your age, because the sky is the limit. The future is so far ahead for you. Like, dude, think about it. Think about the kind of stuff you're doing right now at your age. And think about as you get smarter, as you learn more, as you take and handle more transactions, if you do it the right way, think about where this could lead you.
Yeah.
Guns, what do you think? What do you think about it? What's your thoughts on when you look back and you see somebody like a youngster like Cobra here, and he's already making some crazy moves, and we're like going, damn, man.
How old is he? How old?
How old are you, Cobra?
13.
Dang, bro. Okay, I was gonna say I had that drive when I was young, but it wasn't for cards. But yeah, man, 13. Wow, that's insane. Good for you, bro. You got to parlay this into something else, because what you're doing is you're watching. It's kind of like watching stocks, man.
Yep.
So you're learning lingo in the card trade, but maybe start learning some stock stuff. And I saw you nod your head, so I think you're probably already there, and that's amazing, brother. It's amazing. It's good to see youngsters, man, doing something like this. That's awesome.
And not only that, like to lead on to what Gunn said, but not only that, but like as you continue to move on and start getting more funding or more money to back you, maybe start thinking about another business angle or a business like besides stocks and stuff, where maybe when you turn 18, 19, 20, you can have your family back you, because I know they're very smart. I know them. I met them. They run businesses. They own their own stuff. Maybe have something in mind or start developing a plan. And then that way, when you're 25, 30 years old, forget it. All the ladies want you. You don't ever got to worry about money. And do what you want to do, buddy, each and every single day.
Yeah.
Balls, what up?
What's up, man? And you know what I'm hearing from it? You know what I'm hearing from it, though, is like at this young age, he's establishing relationships that right now, a lot of people in the hobby, your word is your bond, right? So at a young age, he's going to establish relationships and understand like the business behind the hobby. And that translates so far into life. Like to have that mindset at 13 is incredible, because I know it didn't hit me till like 25, man, 26. Once I had a kid, and then it was like, I got to get my life together. So to have that kind of mentality coming in just to the hobby, but using it as like building relationships, building who you are and your platform, and your reputation as a person within it. I think that's awesome, man. At such a young age too.
It's networking. It's networking, you know, and that's what he's doing young. And like you said, keeping your name clean. Make sure you never shit in your own backyard. Just keep that name clean no matter what. There's going to be times where you're going to have to make a decision to walk away from somebody or to not mess with somebody based on something they do. And it is a good idea not to hit your wagon onto anything dirty, man. Stay with a good group.
Yeah, and listen to your gut and follow your heart. I mean, your gut's going to tell you when you get into certain situations. If your gut's turning the wrong way and it's telling you don't think this is the right thing and someone's trying to get you into doing something or this or that, it's probably not the right move. You need to take a second and reevaluate and say, is this really what I want to do? Is this really the step or the way I want to take this? Probably not, and just move on.
Let's keep it a whole band instead of us giving him advice. How about he give us?
Yeah. Come on, Cobra, drop us some knowledge.
We got stuff to learn from this kid.
So
how do we get to where you are, where we have that case?
Yeah, I want to be you when I grow up.
Got $100,000 worth of cards in it.
All right, so the reason I'm picking up Justin Herbert Flawless is because I think it's super undervalued to the box price, and it's off season. I could buy a Flawless number 25 seal for like $3K. I think that's like a $15K card during season if he plays like he has been. And I also think that Edwards' true RPA is undervalued if you look at LaMelo's, because I think Edwards is as good as he is. And it's about $20K to a $50K card. So I think
this boy's talking about 10 Honda Civics right now.
I mean, I'm telling you, bro. Like one of the players that I'm really like getting big into in the NBA is Desmond Bane for the Grizzlies, right? The dude that looks like a linebacker that can pop the three like nobody's business. Yeah. And he has this to 10 optic rookie, like Gem 10 Bane. And I'm like, yeah, well, why don't you throw me a price? And I was like, because I didn't really look at him. I didn't really look at what price was. You know, I'm still thinking Bane's still kind of, he's getting there, but he's not in the neighborhood. And I'm like, whoa, yeah, I got to save a few more pennies. I got to go sell a few more things, I think, before I can get to that level. So,
yeah, you guys remember the league? Remember with the Oracle, the kid who can pick the best teams and everybody's trying. Cobra, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Derek Carr this year, huh?
There you go. He's a Raiders fan. Be honest. Be honest.
I really think the Raiders are gonna play really well. I think I think Derek Carr's undervalued, but as soon as he pops off this year, his cards are gonna go up.
My God.
Cobra, do me a favor too. Just like everybody actually should have a blue wrench. Like me and Guns and all of us like to run it that way when we know everybody in here. Make sure you guys, if you aren't subscribed to Guns, make sure you are. Balls as well. All you got to do is click on their little icon thing, because we're all wrenches, and you can just go ahead channel. And also for Cobra, and I was just going to say, you guys can also drop your links and anybody else to your channels. Make sure you give Cobra some love. He does do videos. He does open products. He does do some breaks sometimes as well. Him and his dad do the breaks together. Like, you know, his dad sits right there with him. Like I said, his family's great. I've met him, hung out with them. They're great people. Cobra's a great kid. He's the future. This is the future of the hobby. You know, that's what I love about having him on here, loving him wanting to come on here early in the start of this 24-hour stream, because sometimes we forget about where this hobby really, who it's for, where it's going. Yes, it's for us right now as well. We're indulging it. A lot of us use it maybe more for the people. Some use it for the people and the money. Some people just use it for the money. But at the end of the day, it's people like Cobra that are going to continue to carry on this hobby. And it's what type of reflection we're going to leave on them and how we can help them, or they can help us as well. As obvious as you can see, he's got it stacked up. He's already loaded. So, but that's good, man. Greg R., welcome. Good to see you in the chat, my man.
Hey, Cobra, do me a favor and type something in the chat real quick. That way people can click on your profile and they can make sure they're subbed to you.
Or just drop your link too. Like, just copy your link and put it in the chat. And then just make sure everybody subs up to him and shows him some love. Gives him some love for sure. Dent is in the building. Dent, what up, brother? Good to see you. I know Dent said he had to work, so he can't join the panel right now. He's probably on break or something. But shout outs to you, man. I love you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Maybe you can pop in again later this evening. We'll probably have a late night quarter auction or something in the middle of the night. So, Balls, let's talk to you for a second. The weight loss journey, the 75, what is it called? The 75 hard. Talk to us about it. What exactly is it that you're doing right now?
All right. Well,
Scotty, what up? Scotty P, what up, bro?
75 hard is a program that you do it's 5 key challenges every day. And I read the book. I'm reading it right now as I'm going along with it. But your 5 challenges every day are to work out 2 times a day for 45 minutes. Right now I'm on my walk, my second one of the day. 2 times a day. One of them's got to be outside. So I usually like to get my walk in the morning outside, but I'm doing both this morning and afternoon, both outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day, which some people think it's a lot, but once you get to drinking it, that's the easiest one for me every day, honestly.
Wait. Hang on. Jimmy shakes his head, but that's because he drinks 2 bottles of Pendleton, so he doesn't realize he's
there's water in that. There's water in that. Come on.
I saw that little shake like that ain't nothing.
Some people put the high octane in their vehicle, and then some other people put that 87 cheapo in the vehicle too. So,
yes, sir.
Good for you.
Another one, you got to stick to a strict diet of some sort. So I went back to doing my fasting that I've been doing. And let's see, you have to read 10 pages of a self-development book every day.
Full, like self-development, like full.
Yeah. And
this ain't just physical.
You have to take a progress picture of yourself, which that one's kind of tough too, man, because mentally I'm my own
with yourself though.
Yeah, mentally I'm my own worst enemy. So it's kind of nice because it talks about that inner voice. I'm not going to use the word that he uses, but it talks about that inner voice that's in your head. And every time you accomplish one of your bigger goals, that inner voice celebrates you because you worked hard and you sacrificed for it. And every day you do this, you count it off. And if you fail on a day, you start back from day one. So I didn't give myself the option to fail because these 75 days leads up to 1 year of my weight loss journey that I started.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
So I'm not going to let myself fail. It's going to suck. Don't get me wrong. Like, I woke up today, my legs were burning, bro.
Guns has got something for you.
Yeah, there's vehicles that are going to go past me too at times.
I don't take anything seriously, so I got to ask, is fasting where you eat like a quarter pounder in 13.2 seconds? It's different.
Nah, you know what it is. I mean, I only eat from the hours of 12 o'clock.
I'm talking about me. I'm trying to get on this journey with you, but I got to know what the fasting means.
Yeah, well, fasting is you just don't eat. After a certain time, your body goes into a mode where it breaks down your fat that you have, and it uses up all your energy from your meals that you've had. So when you fast or you don't eat from a certain period to a certain time, what ends up happening is your body's using that reserve, or it's burning off that excess that you have. So I've had really good luck with it. I do a 16-hour fast every day. So I only eat from the hours of 12 to 8 o'clock. And you just got to eat really clean too. Like you can't eat McDonald's and Taco Bell during your fasting time. Like you have to make sure what you're putting into your body is good fuel for it. So I've really just stuck to a big lifestyle change in that way, and just tried to better myself for my kids and mostly just for me, man, my own mental health. And because, there was a time there I was struggling really bad, and I needed something to push myself again. So this was what I chose.
Okay. Awesome, man. We love it, man. Love the journey. Love seeing it. Love the sobriety. Love it all, man. It's your true
some of your biggest fans are in here, Bob. And man, we love nothing more than to see you do well and smile with the gas.
100%. 100.
And I always tell you, Jimmy, I haven't forgot what you told me, man. That stuck with me. And ever since that day, man, I've just stuck with it in my head that, nope, I've got this. It's me over that control. So that's why I
told
thought
him, don't run down the hill and get one of them, walk down the hill and get them all. That's what I told him. And he's stuck to that. Like Cobra was like, we're out.
Yeah, he's like, I can't talk about this no more. It's all right, Cobra. We appreciate you popping in. You can pop in later if you want. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to ask you guys. So K-Dub, I think, should be. Oh, Cobra came back in. All right. So that's good because we're going to do a little hobby somewhat talk here. I want to go around the horn. And I want to ask you guys, I want you guys each, I want to start with Guns. I want you guys
He's raising the man.
What's up, Cobra?
All right, so is Ray asked me a question about Herbert.
Oh, someone in the chat? Yeah, I like that. Paying attention to the chat. I like it. You're learning. All right.
I think Herbert is low right now, and I think he's gonna beat the Bills in the whatever they play in the playoffs. And I think he's going to go to the Super Bowl, but I don't think they're going to win. But his cards are going to go up like Burrow's did.
So you're saying that 3 teams from the AFC West are going to make it into the playoffs? Is that what you're saying? Or the Chiefs out? What's going on here?
I say the Chiefs are coming last.
Ooh, I like him a lot.
I think they took a big hit. I don't want to be a Chiefs hater.
He didn't answer.
And I love Tim and Timmy and all them, but the Tyreek Hill thing, I think, is going to hurt him. I don't know.
Do 3 teams make it, though? Because do the Broncos make it then? They're a good squad.
Right. Yeah, Javonte Williams, it depends on what Wilson does, but Javonte Williams, I think, is going to show people that he's a top 5, top 10 back in the NFL.
Did the Raiders make it?
I don't know.
Well, he said, yeah.
Boy. Like, nah, bro.
All right, hey, Guns. Wait. Did Scott ask something about Julio Rodriguez? Scott, our boy Scott P in the building. Scott, Julio Rodriguez, Bowman's best auto to 99. Do I list it on eBay or take it to the LCS and get 75% off? Currently selling at $425 plus on eBay. Leaning LCS. So, Cobra, what would you do in this case? He's got a Julio Rodriguez, Bowman best auto, number 299. The dude for the Mariners, the prospect that almost won the Derby.
Yep.
Do I list it on eBay or take it to the LCS and get like 75% off because they're not going to give you much? Or currently selling at $425 plus on eBay.
75% off, so 25%.
Well, you know how card shops are. They give you maybe half of it. Maybe they got to make money, you know?
Yeah, you got to make money, but I mean, I would list that on eBay right now because everybody's looking for him.
Right. And you're getting millions of eyes on there. So you're going to have those fees, but the fees might still overcount what the difference in selling.
Fees are about 12%.
All right, here we go. Just some guy. What up, Clint? Good to see you, my guy. All right, Guns, let's start with you. I want each one of you go around the horn. Guns first. Tell the crowd, tell everybody watching, whoever watches this later, what is one piece of advice, and it can be on a card angle, it could be on a personal angle, whatever, but just in general in the hobby, the best piece of advice, number one thing you could tell people out there that are either getting into the hobby or are in the hobby, it doesn't matter. They could be new, they could be OGs, it doesn't matter. What's your best advice that you could give anybody that you want to stick with them in regards to just the hobby in general?
You know me, I'm truth and character based. This hobby's fun. I collect cards. I like them. But this hobby's meant so much more to me than just some pieces of cardboard. So my biggest piece of advice would be hop into the hobby. Make sure that when you leave with yourself intact. Don't change who you are. Don't jeopardize your morals. Don't be something you're not. Don't turn into something else. Make sure you leave with yourself intact. The best part's of you intact. I've seen a lot of people just go a different direction.
Right.
Be a good person, man.
I love it. Balls.
I mean, mine would probably be put yourself out there a little bit. It's good to be uncomfortable. I know, just speaking about me and Def, if you guys know our story, first time we ever met, I drove up to Chicago and got dropped off, and he flew in, and it was like, hey, we'd only talked over the internet, and you know, it was a little bit weird. I had never met him before, and here I'm sleeping in a hotel room. I got money in my bag and stuff, but you have to let yourself, like Jimmy said, be who you are and take some necessary risk with yourself and put yourself out there, because that's how you really get to know people and build that community. And you get lifelong lasting relationships that really make an impact on your life, your everyday.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I always say, just to touch on it real quick. I always encourage people, like in the streams, whether it's the gun show, whether it's my auction, whether it's the 24-hour stream, whether it's whoever, whether it's wherever you break at, Buck City Breaks, wherever you may be, wherever you watch,
No
wherever you're watching your shows, your stuff, right? Don't stand in the background. Don't stand in the background and just kind of hang out, watch. Be a part of it. Like, interact. Say what's up. If you've never chatted or say anything in the chat, but you watch all the time and you lurk, say hi. Say, hey, I've been watching for a while. What's up? This is my first time chatting in here. And you're going to get a handful of people, or maybe almost just about everybody in the stream, depending upon what kind of stream you're watching or what kind of the community is about, that are going to welcome you with open arms. And they're going to start, hey, what's up, man? Hey, who do you PC? Who do you collect? Trying to get to know you. Like, and that's where you're going to start building those friendships, those relationships that you never know could last a lifetime, in all honesty.
Well, definitely, man. When it comes to like our groups and our streams, that's definitely something that we want. But I've had a bunch of people who DM'd me or emailed me on the side and been like, "Hey, I never say anything in the stream, but I just want you to know I love your gun shows, love the group, love the community." And they'll say something funny somebody said, and they'll be like, "I'm just uncomfortable saying anything." And I'm like, "You're in the right place to just pop in and say something." You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're in a Deafness 24-hour live, or you're in a gun show, or good places, yeah, 100%. Great place to jump in and say something.
I gotta post this one, because if you guys know this, a lot of you guys know me and Quados is past or whatever. He said, first time I met Deafness, wasn't sure if we were gonna fight or hang out. LOL. And that's real talk. And you know what?
I put that one together.
You know what? We were beefing off some silly ass stupid shit. But sometimes that's what happens in life, man. You live and you learn. Like you get over some stupid quarrel over some just stupid something he said, she said, or this or that, and it doesn't really matter. Just something that we could have just both went past. But we're like, fuck it. We're gonna be idiots. And we're gonna attack each other or be like, fuck this guy and fuck that guy. You don't need it. Nobody needs it. The communities don't need it. The community needs togetherness, like positivity, people that want to be a part of each other, people that want to help each other out, people that want to pick each other up when we need to, people that want to jump behind fundraisers to help organizations out, charities out, whatever it may be, that want to put smiles on people's faces. Cobra, what's your advice, youngster?
Select what you love. For sure, you want to stick with what you like, who you like, what team you like, because you're going to enjoy it more.
Yep.
Like, I like John Morant. I have one of his biggest rookie cards.
Right.
But if you're in it for the money, you got to buy mid off season and stuff before they even start that pregame hype.
Gotcha.
John Morant was the right one to get out of that class.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I mean, we'll see what happens with Zion, but you watch John, you're like, wow. looks like a little D Rose back in the day. That boy's got it, man.
No, for sure.
That boy's got it.
He's entertaining, like, and that's the thing, and that's what a lot of people love. Like, that's
I think drugs are bad. Okay, the 49ers aren't even going to have a winning season. You are
crazy. Lance gonna ball out 3,500 passing, 500 rush, 40 T's. I mean, we'll see. Austin, we got the prospector in here too, Mr. Austin. He's an actual prospector. So
we got Trey Lance, nice quad pass right there.
He's probably got a little bit of everybody in there.
You know, as a Raider fan, one of the things I always say, man, is that the NFL is such a better place when like the Raiders, the Niners are both doing good, and maybe that's just a thing with me, you know. But I just remember old football, and those were two of the top teams, and I feel like the NFL is just a better place when the Niners and the Raiders are doing well. Yeah.
I think everything's a better place just when the NFL is going on. I mean, I cannot wait for football
This
season,
shit's gonna be
man.
fun. It's
Just
gonna be fun.
chopping at the damn bit. I'm ready to do
I see
some
the John
fantasy
Deere.
drafts.
See the John Deere?
What's that?
The balls what you showing the John Deere?
Pittsburgh. Here, let me drop the invite link in again here because our boy Pittsburgh's here as well. He was going to join us. He must have had something come up.
Dent, you are tripping. You know better, Dent. Stop it.
Here's what I'm gonna say. There's the invite link, Pittsburgh. I actually sent it in an email to you too, I think earlier. If you check your email, your main one or whichever one I have on file. But I think my big thing again is like be a people first in the hobby. Be a people first person. And what I mean by that is whether it's lending a hand, helping out, getting to know, checking on your fellow hobbyists, members, friends, etc. I mean, guys, I can't tell you how many times, like kind of like Guns. I mean, me and Guns have different but similar stories. They're way different, but they're similar just from different things and different ways that we've gone through our lives. And neither one of us should probably be here right now, and we're both very thankful for that. But we've both had a lot of people that have supported us, that have reached out. And even as we've gone through some of our battles that we still battle through daily, and we feel like we're a little more ahead of them, we still run into walls. We still run into barriers. We still find ourselves in spots where life happens and shit happens, right? And the amount of support that people show, and I'm just going to say this. I honestly don't think it's there for Guns or for myself when we need it. Probably it would be there from some people, but it wouldn't be there as much if we weren't on the same side as far as like we reach out, we check on each other, we're willing to lend a hand. And I'm not trying to take that on a selfish angle. I'm trying to make everybody realize that that's my advice for you in the hobby is to be people first, meaning don't be afraid to lend that hand. Don't be afraid to help out. Don't be afraid to send a text or make a phone call or whatever it may be if you hadn't heard from somebody in a while. Our boy Joby One Kenobi, he had been kind of gone ghosted for a while. We were wondering what was going on with him. And people were messaging me on Instagram and I was texting him, wasn't getting any answers. And I'm not going to get into his personal business because that's not anything for me to say. But he had finally, when the time came and he could get back to me, he got back to me. And, I think for him, even just that was a huge thing for him. Like, man, he even said to me, he said, man, it feels so good to know that there were so many people that were actually concerned or worried about me. Yeah. Because I think sometimes too, in this hobby, in the communities, a lot of us come together and reach for this. We may have friends outside, outside the community. I'm not saying nobody doesn't. We all do. But maybe those friends aren't the right friends that we need to always be associating with and hanging out 24/7 with or every single day with, because maybe they've gotten us in certain positions or spots before. Maybe we shouldn't really hang out with them that much anymore. And we're getting older and we got to get kind of above and beyond some of that stuff, but we're still maybe hanging on a little bit. But having the community and having the people is really where it's at. I mean,
bro, I talk to you nerds more than I talk to anybody else, and I love it. I'm a better person for it. This has changed my life, my outlook, how I do things, how I move. The best people that I've met in this hobby, I've met doing something good for somebody during a rack, during a charity auction. The best people I've met in this hobby have happened doing something good. Not just buying and selling a card, just doing something positive for other people. And then you kind of attract that, birds of a feather flock together, and you see somebody and you see that somebody does good or that person does good. And then, you want to be down with them. You want to hang out with them. They're good people. That's how I met most people in here.
And you're gonna and no matter how invincible or whatever you think you may be, or how strong you may be, or strong-minded, or whatever it may be, Superman, whatever. I don't have emotion, or I don't show, or whatever it may be. It doesn't really matter.
at the end of the day, we're all going to need somebody. We're all going to need people. We're all going to need somebody to lean on. And I think at the same time, I want to just tell you guys real quick while we're talking about this, because there's a lot of shit that's just with everything going on in the world. We don't need to get into politics or anything, but I just want to say, like, don't be afraid to rely on or lean on people and friends and people you know. Don't be afraid to reach out to them if you have something going on and you're not hearing from someone. Just say, hey man, I need to talk. I need to talk to you. I need to chat with you. I need to, I got this going on and I'm just not in the right place. My mind's not in the right place, whatever it may be. Because doing those simple things like that is as simple as we say it. It may be a lot harder at that time, but it could save us from a lot of things. It could possibly save you from danger, hurting yourself or whatever. Pittsburgh. I want to welcome in Pittsburgh. What's up, buddy? How you doing, brother?
You having me, buddy. Doing good, man. Yeah. Fresh out of work, man. Literally.
How's Hollywood? How's Hollywood? You're over in Hollywood, California now, right? Living like a block away.
Yes, sir. Man. Right on the Walk of Fame.
Living that Hollywood lifestyle. So I want to ask you, Pittsburgh. I asked all these guys. I just kind of wrapped up mine because you weren't in here yet. What's the one most important piece of advice you would give, whether they're new in the hobby or they've been in the hobby for a while? Like, what's one big rule that you live by, or one piece of advice that you would want people to carry with them as they go through the hobby? Card wise, people wise, doesn't matter. Whatever you feel.
Yeah. So for me personally, the most important thing is connectivity. Like almost all of my like really important PC cards have a story behind it. So the thing I like the most is the memory of where I got that card. Like, for example, Nationals this upcoming week. Like, every year I go to National or a bigger show, it's like I always have a goal to like get some kind of card, but I always want it to be tied to some kind of memory. Like, for example, I got a Topps Kobe PSA 9 last year. Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. So it had like sentimental meaning. And I met a guy that, I just really had a wonderful conversation with, you know what I mean? Got to literally tell him a little bit about my life, some different circumstances I was in, and like, just kind of like, just encouraged the guy a little bit. So like, I specifically was like, yeah, that's the vendor I'm buying my card from, because every time I look at this Topps Kobe Bryant rookie card, I'm going to remember this guy and like this like encounter we had at National. So for me personally, like I always like to have like some kind of memory attached to my cards, because most of like the stuff, especially if it's like a Cavalier or Steeler, I keep that stuff long term, even if it's like a crappy base card. So for me, like I really like building those memories around my collection.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. So are you going to the National or no?
I am. Yeah, I'll be there Wednesday through Saturday of next week.
So I'll be there. Cobra will be there. I still think Jimmy's gonna just last second just show up. We're gonna I'm gonna see Jimmy and give him a big old hug. Like, I'm just gonna be like surprise.
Hey brother, the last time the National was in Chicago, I was in Chicago and didn't even go to the National.
Yeah, let's AC.
I didn't even go, bro. Last time it was in Chicago, I was there and didn't even go.
We've had our talks about it.
I'm not trying to go to jail.
Yeah. It's all good. All right. What the heck? What's the next thing I wanted to touch on real quick? I mean, we've gone about an hour? Not quite an hour. We got about 20 minutes. We could even go until about 2 hours in if we want. But I thought a couple other people were going to be joining us, like Javier and K-Dub. I sent them both links, but I don't know where they're at. I was going to touch on something else, but I wanted to ask Pittsburgh the question about his deal. What's that? Oh, I think somebody must be at some back noise or something. My bad.
Hey, Def, they just started actually playing music at this spot I'm at right now. So
okay,
is it cool if I jump back on and like?
Yeah. So we don't copyright. We don't need any. Yeah, we don't need copyright. I
want to make sure you don't get demonetized on this, my man.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, brother. Thank you for popping in. We'll chat with you later.
I'll jump back in like I said, about an hour or so.
Okay. All right.
My man.
Sounds good. All right. Cool. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Oh, go ahead. Who was going to say something?
What days are you going to the National?
Huh?
What days are you going to the National?
So I'm going to fly out late, like Friday night. I'll be there probably I probably won't get to where I'm staying until like 12:30, 1 o'clock by the time I get there, get out. But then I'll be there all day Saturday, and I'll fly back Sunday evening. So I'll be there all day Sunday, and then basically, because I think it ends at like 5. Probably have to be at the airport around 4 or 5. So but basically Saturday, Sunday. So we'll link up for sure. You gonna be with your dad and mom, or who are you gonna be out there with? Dad,
mom, and grandparents.
Cool. That'll be awesome. That'll be a good time. All right. One thing I wanted to tell you guys too, this may not be something Cobra enjoys so much. And Cobra, you can pop in and pop off if you want. It's up to you. Oh, we got another special guest joining us, Mr. K Dizzle in the building. OGKW, brother.
Are you at school?
It's
What's
the
popping?
only place I can get internet, man.
Principal, don't give us attention.
Kiddo got summer school.
I gotta go where the internet's the best, for the best. I gotta give Def the best looking me. So
don't give us the attention, brother. No. Just kidding. So K-Dub, welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't know, you should know the legend OG, especially on the Twitter. He's doing his YouTube thing now as well. He's got his K-Dub high fives. You guys make sure you check out his episodes. Make sure you guys click on a little thing. Hopefully he'll put something in chat and say what's up so people can just hit the little sub button for you and check out your content. And I was just asking all these guys, we were just getting on the tail end of it, and I was asking each one of these guys, and we all gave our answers. What's the single most important thing directed towards the hobby, like people, community, whatever, cards, investing, collecting, anything that would associate around the hobby? What's the one most important thing you feel that you would want people to know, or you would communicate with them, or say, hey, this is like my belief, or this is how I feel that you should, or anything. It could be people related, card related, anything within the hobby community.
Man, I would just speak to the importance of relationships in the hobby. There's always going to be cardboard. There's always going to be, new products, but the relationships are there. And I'm looking up right in the middle right now of Mr. Jimmy Guns and thinking about the first time that Jimmy and I connected, and it was over trading cards on Twitter. And, our relationship was established through cardboard, but it has gone far deeper than that to now where, majority of our conversations are not about cards, but about life and friendships and relationships. And so I value the relationships over the ink, over the patches, over the cardboard any day. So I think most of us probably, even looking up there at Balsley as well, like our buying in the hobby has probably decreased substantially in the last 5 years. But majority of us are still as active as ever because of the relationships that we've created and established in this community. And so, yeah, I mean, where cardboard meets community, that's Balsley's motto right there. And
that's his hashtag.
I think it's a great just signature to what this hobby means and what this hobby is. So, yeah.
And I think, I think from an OG's mouth himself, Mr. K-Dub, being one of the OGs with us, that's you hit it right on the head. I think with the whole, like, we're probably not as invested like ourselves towards the card side of the hobby, but the relationships and the people. Again, you guys are going to continue to hear the word people, community a lot tonight. When I talk, when guests talk, when everybody talks, as you see, we're a community. You go to a lot of, like, you go to Guns's live streams, you go to my live streams. I don't know, K-Dub, I don't know what he's got going on as far as how he has to chat right now. And we've changed this more recently, where we used to have just some people that had the blue wrench on the mods. But once everybody's kind of invested in a part of the community, we don't feel one person should be ahead of someone else. We feel everybody should have that wrench. They should be able to network and drop their link if they want to share something, as long as they're not spamming the chat, if they want to share their own channel out, whatever it may be. But it's community. It's constantly preached about community, people. And again, as we all sit here and talk about it, as we all grab back at, the friendships we built, the people we've had, the people that have been here for us through hard times, etc. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And again, would any of you guys even think that We got Mr. John Winkler coming in here a second. Would any of you guys, I'll get you on in 1 second. Would any of you guys even think right now, like looking back when you first got your Twitter account or when you first do whatever within the hobby, would any of you think that you would be in this position you're at right now with the community and the people that are around you? Like, did you really honestly feel like you would be there? And John, I'm going to add you in here as well. Welcome. Good evening, John. How you doing, sir?
What up, brother?
Hey, Jimmy.
How's it going, my man?
Man, it's cool getting to see faces of people that you chat with.
Yeah,
you know, your live
absolutely.
stream.
This is what this is about. This is what I love these like hangouts about. You're getting to see new faces. You're not just seeing a couple of our ugly mugs every single day when we go live or stream. You're getting to see a variety of more beautiful faces and smiles, and we just get to kind of be in the background of the limelight and let you guys take the show on. But John, you've been obviously listening. K-Dub just answered what I was asking him. I think you kind of know that question. What kind of advice would you have? What would be like your number one thing that you would tell people, whether they're new into the hobby or they've been around for a long time? The one thing that you hold on most truest in regard to just the hobby in general.
Just do what you love. Just do what you love. PC who you want. Don't do it for the money. You know, the hobby always goes up and down. You're going to lose more than you win.
And I think as often as people may hear that, I don't think people really listen to it enough or really hear what's really being said, even though it's so basic. It's so generic in a sense.
I mean, I've been collecting since 80. I had 7 Michael Jordan rookie cards that I got rid of in 1990.
Wow.
For about $400 each then. Now their PSA 10s are going for $180,000. I mean, I had 6 sets of the 86.
Wow.
That I got rid of in 90. I had the USFL sets sealed. I had a case of them.
Well, he's an Eagles fan. I wouldn't expect anything else, you know.
But
I'm throwing it all up. It's over.
But when you think about it, I think a lot of people get too in tune of like they have to have the Mac Joneses of the world. Like they have to have them. And as cool and as great as it is, like our boy Cobra's going to probably grab some Mac Jones. He's got that funding to do that. So he can still enjoy it. He's young. He got a life-changing card he hit, which then gave him capital to be able to grab these things and then start doing trades and everything else. Like he's made smart moves in his life.
Wait, is that who hit the about a month ago? What card was that?
Which one?
I don't know. A kid
was that on If Sport?
Oh no. You're thinking of the
dang, let me borrow $5.
But like we talked about earlier, the card that he actually hit once that we sent it in to get graded, we rush graded to PSA, it hit a Gem 10. It was a Tom Brady Select 1 of 1.
Beautiful.
And a Gem 10 PSA. And ballpark, just say $60,000 to $100,000. He doesn't need to say exactly what he sold it for. But again, so he's in a different situation than a lot of us, right? Because he can still collect what he likes and not worry about, as much the money. You still got to worry at some point. You got to look at some price tags. There's some things that are going to be out there. He can't just go buy 52 Mickey Mantles all day because he got that one card now and sold it. But the reality is he's got deep enough pockets to where he can afford to buy any of these Mac Jones, whatever. But I think a lot of people that don't have that kind of money and don't have that kind of capital, they try to reach sometimes. They try to reach to try to get those cards. And when you don't have those deep pockets, you don't have that capital, it makes it very difficult. And now you start seeing people buying into the breaks if they're getting into breaks. And they're getting into these $300 Patriots or $280 Jet breaks or whatever it may be because they just think they're going to hit. Like their mindsets aren't, I might hit. Their mindsets some of these people get into, I'm going to hit. And they start using up their rent money.
When it turns into gambling.
Yeah, maxing their credit cards out, whatever it may be, and they're not hitting anything. And then it now becomes not fun again. So again, going back to John's comment
about the basis and how generic it may sound and how easy it may sound. It's really not that simple. It's really not that easy because a lot of times people don't comprehend it. They think,
Click off your YouTube. We hear your TV in the back.
yeah.
Or it sounds like it's doubling or something.
Yeah, it's just
mute.
you're getting like a relay music, but you got the headset on, so you wouldn't even have been able to hear it at the time. Yeah,
It sounded like it was doubling on mine. It was crazy.
yeah. No, we're good.
But you know, going off what you're talking about, it's, you know, when you want what everybody else is going after, you're going to pay that premium. Everybody's going after it. That's why, you know, I don't know enough about how John collects. I don't know enough about how Cobra collects, but I know how us four collect, and we collect what we like. It's we will go out and buy a Penny Hardaway card that somebody's selling, or we'll grab a Sean Kemp, or send the buddy, you know, a Junis, you know, card. It's the stuff that we like. Yeah, we like to get a nice card that's worth a couple bucks, but you know what? When the hobby gets too spendy for me, I'm dipping back in my cheap boxes and I'm adding to those collections. And that's why the hobby's always fun to me. It'll be fun forever because I'm not chasing what you're chasing.
Send me all your Bishop Shankies, right, K-Dub?
Bang.
Let's go. I had that one in the hole ready to fire up. Right? But yeah, dude, it's so true, Guns. It's so true. And again, collecting what we like and not being on the reach, not just trying to go after all those big high dollar cards, and ultimately having fun doing it. You know how much fun it is to like collect a player, even like a guy like me, like Chris Carter, man. I love Chris Carter. I admire Chris Carter. I know K-Dub's got the love for the Vikes skull as well. But it's more about the story, man. It's like more about what he did, what he went through, what he persevered through.
Buddy Ryan saved his life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, addicted, alcoholic, addicted to cocaine, like had his life just off the rails, and football just changed his life, man. Football saved his life, and now he one of the greatest toe stepping, sideline catching, created the sideline toe catching. I mean, just
best hands in the biz. Best hands in the biz. Got the best hands in the game, man.
Yeah, arguably.
And you put him on the spot, he's gonna catch the ball.
Yeah.
All them Super Bowls.
How do I exit?
Oh, hey, yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Anyway, so anyone else want to add to kind of what we were just going off of right here? I don't want to jump in front of somebody if somebody has something to say or.
No, man, I want to say real quick though, you know how you know when it gets real in this, and when you really love people and you got a good group. Is, you know, one of the things I always say is that you get to share in everybody's good times with them, you know, when you're in a community like this. But the flip side to that is you have to witness their bad times too. And, you know, some things, you know, you're talking about what Jim's going through, you know, John just, you know, a little battle with fucking COVID, you know, K-Dub going through it. Like it's some stuff where a lot of times it's all smiles on social media. You know, watching ball struggles, my struggles, definitely struggles. But man, sometimes you see some stuff that hurts, and that's how you know though that it's real. That's how you know, when you don't even have your Twitter open, nothing, and you're thinking about these people in this community. And I love that I'm in that spot. And I think a lot of other people are too. Sometimes I'll get a random text, you know, from a Dub or Deafness or, you know, one of my friends, and how you doing? What's going on? And that's real to me. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to throw that out before we jump off that subject.
Yeah, and that goes right back. And that goes right back to Guns, like stating, you know, like, and the whole, like, somebody reaching out, and it goes back to what we were talking all about earlier. Like, you can circle it back around, but again, community. I said we're going to talk a lot about community tonight. We're going to talk a lot about people. We're not going to talk as much cards until we're doing auctions and stuff. There will be talk about it. You'll see plenty of cards tonight during the auctions, during the stream. But while we're talking, while we're as a chat, while we're as doing a hobby hangout, whatever you want to call it, yeah, man. And it's, how cool is it right now that we're how many years deep in this, some of us from Twitter and whatever, and now we're still sitting here and we're hanging out on a panel. And when's the last time? Like, the last time I had K-Dub probably around, like on
on my channel, like on a stream, like in a stream, was probably when I did his in-depth with deafness interview, which was a couple years ago,
Yeah.
And think about that stuff, man. We're in all different states. We're across all over the U.S., one side to another. Got the Bo flexing on the Bo Jacksons. Look at, there you go. He's got multiples. That's one of Jimmy's boys, and actually his daughter's favorite flex bow.
Do you have the Bo Vladimir Guerrero
Yep.
autograph?
Yep.
No, what's that? What one?
There's a Bo Vlad Senior autograph floating out there.
No, she doesn't have that. She has about 25 different autos, though, a bunch of one-on-ones, all kinds of stuff. And I heard that Bo Jackson is coming out with a few-piece documentary here real quick.
Like Jeter's?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I actually talked to Aspen, and I was like, your collection has always been for, your college and what you're doing. It might be a time to maybe thin that out a little bit. So she's actually considering it because she knows that's why we collected that,
Yeah. No, absolutely. You know that I believe the new Optic football, talking a little cards now. I just said we wouldn't talk much cards until we do auctions, but the new Optic football, I believe, because their Bo is in the set, like they just, like he's got the base, but there's parallels, and I believe there's autos in them as well, like the newest Optic football that just came out. I think it was just actually the regular just released today, but it'd be cool to get like a crazy parallel, like Bo Jackson autograph, like a cool colored parallel, like a black parallel or something. Pandora, like to 20 or whatever they are, like, or 25 auto Bo. How sick would that be? That would be absolutely insane. So let's talk for a second. I want to go around the horn. Who is the top two players that you each PC? We'll start with Guns. We'll go Guns, Cobra, K-Dub, John, and then Balls, and then I'll do mine.
Right off the bat, I want to say like Derek Carr and Jack Flaherty, but like I have a box full of Michael Jordans right here. I have a box full of I kind of collect everybody, and it's weird. But yeah, probably Flaherty and Carr would probably be my deal. Yeah.
And why? I guess the why. Is there any
Flaherty,
why?
man, I just started collecting him when he was a giant nobody. When he was, his cards were 50 cents. A few years ago, cards were much cheaper than they are right now. That's for sure.
Right.
But people would pull his autos and just send them to me, and I was grabbing them up 50 cents a buck. For Derek Carr, I don't care who you are, what your hate is. When I say that's my quarterback, it's not because the guy's brought me a bunch of championships. It's who that man is and the things he does, how he carries himself. I would let my daughter wear his jersey. You know what I mean? So Derek Carr is just a solid man, and I love rooting for someone like that, and I feel so blessed that he's on my team.
Heck yeah!
In most states, they call that child abuse, Jimmy.
What's that?
I said in most states,
child
abuse.
being a Raiders fan, right? Hey. It's
Cobra,
it's been tough.
Cobra, your top two players and why?
Edwards and Ja.
Anthony Edwards. Love it.
Wow.
Love it. Not even in Minnesota. Love it. Love to hear some fan love.
This
Down
has to
south.
be my favorite card though, because me and Def pulled it. The
LaMelo
Silver and at 10.
Yeah, we had a box battle. Optic, well, kind of like a box battle. We each just bought our own, but it was like who won. But yeah, it was H2 Optic boxes. That was when they were all up there visiting. Yep, at the break room. All right, K-Dub, you're on, brother.
I mean, kind of like Guns was saying, if we're just talking kind of sheer numbers wise in my collection, I would have to say probably Bishop Sankey, my guy there. He's a Washington native. I watched him play in high school, into college, and then followed him into the pros, and I love his signature. And then the guy that actually started me back into the hobby was Cooper Kupp. And speaking a lot to what Jimmy said about Derek Carr, Cooper Kupp is a guy that I would love my kids to root for. He's a family man. I watched him and interacted with him at Eastern Washington University when he was there. He was involved in the community. He was rooted in the community, and to see him do well has been awesome. It hasn't been super awesome for my collection of Cooper Cup, but it's been awesome to see him do well. And then probably the most cards that I have in my collection are not even mine. They're my son's, Adrian Peterson. He has more Adrian Peterson cards as a total than I probably have cards of Cooper Cup and Bishop Sankey. So, and that collection to me is a testament to the hobby community, because the hobby community really helped him build that collection. For me to put that together for him would have been impossible. But so many people, they'll see an AP and they'll snag it for him, and they'll pull one and they'll send it to him. They'll hit it in a break and it'll end up in his pile. And so, that's kind of probably my two. And then by sheer volume, probably Adrian Peterson is the most. And of course, he's the greatest Vikings running back ever, and maybe one of the 5 greatest running backs in history. So,
Let me jump in real quick. So if we're doing that, then Bo Jackson is definitely up above the Derek Carr collection. Here's what's really cool about the Cooper Cup collection, though, is this kind of goes back to the Jack Flaherty and me collecting. Is back when he first came out, no one was collecting the little white receiver. K-Dub, there was another guy, and then Eloy. You guys were the collectors, so you guys got a lot of those on the cheap. And then he ended up becoming a monster.
Triple crowner to say the least.
Great grab right there. And it wasn't for the money, like you said. It was because hometown hero type thing. That's awesome. That's
connections, really cool. Like the connections.
Really cool.
Well, you know how it is. Every now and again, you get lucky, man. And
Hey,
also you look at a guy and you respect the guy, and then when he does well, it just makes you that much more excited that he's doing well. Unfortunately, like you said, now everybody wants Cooper Cup stuff, and it's a lot different than it was 2 years ago. But I'm thankful that I was able to build the collection when he was just a $10 to $15 rookie auto.
Bro, imagine me trying to add to my Derek Carr collection.
Oh yeah,
everybody wants this dude. It's insane. I can't even.
And I gotta say it, K-Dub. Not everybody turns out to be Bishop Shanky. So we're good.
He is now a coach for the.
No, I know. It's all in love, bro. You know it. We all gotta take our shots. Everybody can take every shot at each other. Hey, Johnny, you're up, brother. How you doing, man? What's the top 2 and why?
Yeah, I want to know this.
Well, mine are Harper and Hertz. I'm from the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
But I have every Philadelphia team set from 60 to 2022 in all 4 sports.
Wow.
Okay. That's cool.
So
that's super cool.
For every, not just the team sets, every company's team set. So I go back all the way to Fleer, Score, Fleer Ultra.
That's cool.
That's
all the
awesome.
defunct companies.
Super awesome. Super awesome.
You just gave me an idea. I got a little something that'll be in your next envelope coming, buddy.
There you go. See, that's what's cool too about this. You never know. You get a little surprise send out to you. All right, Balls. Top 2 and why?
Well, if we were gonna say, obviously my number 1's Jacob Junis. He's now a pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. But I grew up with Jake, so seeing him make the bigs and have a card, I am his biggest collector. I don't know anybody that's going to touch me on that. I think I have like 21 of ones, and if you know how many products he's in, that speaks enough to it. There's probably only like 30 of them out there, so I've got a pretty good hold on that. And lately my PC's really shifted. One of the cooler things I started doing was I started collecting Star Wars with my daughter. And we've been collecting 2021 Topps Galaxy Star Wars Chrome together. And I think right now that's my favorite part, because she never really, she thought the Junis cards and the Walter Paytons were cool and stuff like that. But the more she sees these Star Wars cards, the more like she wants to be involved. So I think that right now is one of my bigger like drives. You guys haven't seen me post any sports cards lately, but Man, my Star Wars collection is just blown up. So
yeah, and I've seen some little tweeter shots of some Star Wars cards. So that's awesome, man. And again, that's it's another thing. Again, the connections, right? Connecting is getting his daughter involved and her loving them more than the Junices, the Paytons, etc. So
Can me and Balls both just go honorable mention Walter Payton though, just real quick?
yeah, I kind of figured that'd probably be like number 3 or whatever. Yeah. All right, I'll answer my own question as well. One is going to be top 2. One is going to be Kirby Puckett, the underdog, just a mad man, mad killer. His story, read his book when I was young. Just a true inspiration, true story. And I just love connecting to players that have those. You know, I'm one of those guys. I'm sure that a lot of you guys could probably already see this or read this, but I'm one of those guys that when and I see K-Dub when he drops little Twitter, like the little stories about like players connecting with somebody special or that's got cancer or this or that, you know, got a little teary-eyed, whatever. I'm one of those guys that when they do the little things before pregame Sundays or before the special things and they do the stories on a connection with a player and somebody or somebody transitioning their life that about died or they probably almost killed themselves or whatever it might have been. You know, I get a little emotional. I get a little worked up, little connection, you know, and then again, touching back to the connections of that. So, and, you know, I went to the World Series, game 1 in the World Series in 91. So, that was awesome. That was fun. My mom took me. And then I talked about it earlier, but Chris Carter. And again, another connection thing. Like these, if I'm talking top 2, you know, just what he'd went through, the whole addiction, the connection with the addiction, and to turn out to be a Hall of Fame wide receiver and, you know, what he's done for himself now, even outside of football, and how he helps and goes out and helps so many other people, you know, change their lives and whatever. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people could say he probably took on a lot of responsibility too for even Randy Moss when Moss came to Minnesota. You know, he kind of took him under his wings, and who knows what direction Moss would have went in. I'm not saying Moss would have been somebody who became drugged out or did this or went in the wrong direction or got involved in something else because he had money, but you know, I think that connection with those two played a part and helped with Moss too. If I were to say so.
Best Raider receiver ever.
I was gonna say Randy Moss. Great.
I knew there was gonna be a shot somewhere. You got to get
not
that
receiver.
Raider Nation.
Number 80 up there. Come on.
Put some Raider Nation in there. Raider Nation in there. All right. And the third, runner up would be Mo Vaughn. And that became more of a, even though he's a great player, it became more of a meme thing between my channel because I used to, if you guys always knew, I used to always sing the little move on, my lawn. Move on, my lawn. It's me and one of my buddies used to we'd always say that shit to each other just to get under each other's skin. So that became kind of more of a meme thing. That'd probably be like the number 3. I don't know, maybe. But anyway. Let's see. We got Cobra joining back in. Did we lose him? All right. So
hey, Def, I'm gonna have to jump out for a little bit. Wife's mom just showed up, so I gotta go out and do some stuff.
I'll be on like for an hour, bro. Love it.
Yeah, no, guys, love you. Man, stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun 24.
We'll be doing auctions. Probably in like an hour and a half. So pop back.
All right, I'll be popping in and out.
So, all right,
good.
Love you, man. Later.
Love you. Later.
I'll be back too. I'll be back.
All right, no problem. So I got Dub, I got Cobra, and I got Balls. We'll wrap this up here, and then we'll probably transition after this to the Playmaker podcast. So hopefully Nate is going to be ready for that here. But who is talking cards one more time, since we've talked a lot about people, community, I think all of us have. Who is who would be the number 1 player, not PC or not like your top 2 guy that you talked about? Who would be one player right now in any sport that you're kind of eyeing or you're looking at or going after? So you can't be Junis or whatever. It can't be Shanky. It can't be, AP. It can't be Cobra, it can't be your Anthony Edwards or any of those guys. It's got to be who would be that next player that you would be eyeing on or you'd be looking for. It doesn't have to be value either. Again, remember, it could be a connection thing as well. Somebody you've gained some new connection with due to something. K-Dub, we'll start with you, brother, if you got one.
You know, I am really, and I'm going to speak a little bit more to kind of the investment idea.
Sure. Go for it
right now. But I'm really interested to see how these second-year quarterbacks are going to perform out of last year's draft. So I'm thinking like Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, these guys that I mean, Mac Jones, obviously, but Cobra knows that Mac Jones has kind of already established himself a little bit in the hobby, but you can still get Mac Jones stuff for relatively cheap.
Right.
And so I'm interested to kind of see, you know, is Lawrence going to be the next guy? Is Wilson going to be the next guy? And I know that Wilson has really kind of hit the market with this whole social media thing that happened, which has made a lot of people interested in Zach Wilson. But I don't know, man. I think there's a real chance.
Stifler.
I think there's a real chance for some of these guys to really make some significant jumps. I don't know if it'll be a Mahomes jump, but you know, if Lawrence starts lighting it up week 1, 2, and 3, you know, there could be a real opportunity to turn a $5 card into a $25, $30 card real quick. And the same thing with Wilson and Trey Lance. Trey Lance is interesting because I just don't know how San Francisco is going to utilize him as a quarterback. So
right.
I don't know that he'll necessarily jump in value. Like, I think he's going to be kind of like a Lamar. Where he's going to be more. I think San Francisco is going to run the ball a lot, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of like prime time shine for Trey Lance. But I think Jaguars are going to throw the ball. I think New York's going to throw the ball, and so I think those two guys. And then another guy that I was always hoping he'd do well was Daniel Jones. For the Giants. I think that he's really been slept on the last couple years, and I think if the Giants can get Barkley healthy, they got Galladay there, they got that Tony receiver that they
Tony is a guy.
You know, maybe he'll step up and in that NFC East and kind of shine a little bit, and so maybe Daniel Jones.
I think it's all about how well they use him, though, right?
Very true. Very true.
100%, Greg. Absolutely.
So yeah, I would say some of these. I would say my kind of interest right now in the hobby, probably not going to be buying too much of it, but going to be watching. Man, I love Baker Mayfield. I love him. I love the way he plays. I love his heart, and I'm excited for him in Carolina. I know I got a couple friends who are Carolina fans on Twitter, and I told them the day that they traded for him, I was like, this is a good thing. So who knows? Yeah. Maybe Baker goes and lights it up, but I'm interested in these kind of rankings of 10 to 25 quarterbacks right now. Just are they going to come in?
I'm with you, man, and I'm with you on the Baker thing. You know, like people, just to touch on it quick before we get to balls, and then we'll get to Cobra, and then Greg, and then I'll give mine too as well. But and welcome, Greg, by the way, joining the live panel. Baker is like, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's, you know, cocky or he talks a lot of trash or whatever. Don't most athletes talk trash in games to get the competitive nature up? Isn't that just a part of the game? It's like sometimes people just have to be like so much like more attention or called out to them because they do this, just because maybe people don't want to like that player or they want to have that hate or dislike for that person. I want to use the word hate, dislike for that person. And it's like, don't all players do it? Like, you may not see it as public maybe, but in games, like when they're really doing it and trying to be competitive, it's happening. When those corners are lining up to those receivers, they're talking smack to each other 24/7, no matter who it is.
You're always going to have somebody out there against these players going, boo this man, boo this man. Yes. And you know what? It's a head game. That's how they do that. Yep.
100%. I love it. K-Dub. I love the answer.
I I apologize to Balsley that I did not mention Justin Fields.
You know exactly. He knows exactly where I was going because he named 4 of the 5 and did not mention the best
He was
quarterback.
shaking his head the whole time. Every time he listed one, he shook his
He
head.
listed another one, went back. I'm like, K-Dub, man, you're a Vikings fan. I feel it.
Yeah, it would be the same way of I'm not going to mention Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to mention any of that other team in our league that are in our division that really haven't had a quarterback for a while there. So, but I'm sorry, Balls. I couldn't do it.
Hey, and Balls, before you answer next, I just want to touch on the comment of No Dak about the Baker thing. Because, I agree. He says he takes another level with the crotch grabbing and stabbing the flag name him. But you got to remember, that was in college.
Mm-hmm.
That was, how old was he there? Like just 18, 19, 20, maybe max. And yeah, he's a few years older, but a lot of guys do a lot of dumb things when they're younger. I mean, we all do. We could probably all go back and think of a few dumb things we've all done when we're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, right?
I can think of dumb things I did yesterday.
Exactly. So I mean, it is what it is. I get it. No, Dak, I don't agree with him doing those things either. But at the same time, I can look at it as, look, he's young, competitive, and we're not in these guys' shoes, right? We're not in this national championship or playoff run game, and it's going back and forth, and people have been talking probably smack to him the whole game. He's probably had guys when they smack him or hit him, like, be like, yeah, like just talking mad smack, like I'm coming for your mom or, whatever. Like, it gets their blood flowing, and he's at a point where he's like, you know what? And does he know that the camera's going to be like just eyed right on him when he's grabbing his crotch, like doing that? Like, no, but they catch it and it becomes a big thing. How many times do players do things just like that in college and whatever, and the camera just never catches it or doesn't see it? It's probably going on all the time, but it just gets limelighted to the ones where it's caught or it's seen. And I get it. Well, some don't get caught doing it. They don't get caught doing it. Amy, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome. Appreciate you popping in here. Dizzy saying, Amy, hey. All right. Make sure you guys sub up to everybody as well. You guys can all click on your things because everybody should have a wrench. So you just click on a little icon to do it. So I just want to touch on that. All right, Balls, let's get back to you.
Yeah, so mine's not going to be investment at all. And it could be because he's up there, but lately I've been kind of collecting behind the scenes, Deafness, Curtis Blades, UFC fighter. He's a heavyweight. He's got a huge fight tomorrow, actually, on the UFC card. And he's one of those guys at the top of the division that he could have a chance at a title shot, and he's pretty decent, but he's got just a little bit of that sentimental value too, where I knew about him because he went to camp with my hometown friend Austin Hubbard, who fought in the UFC, and I've been able to really follow his story. And like Neil Magny's another guy that I kind of collect, and I really think that like if you look at that UFC market. Yeah, some of these people are really not being, taken. I guess the market for them is so low. It's so. If you look at like a Kamaru Usman autograph, that guy right now has not been touched. He's one of the best champions in UFC history, and could possibly be considered at the end of his career, pound for pound, the best. Or even like Andre Volkanovski, his cards right now, Volkanovski cards, you can get for dirt cheap. And it makes no sense because he's one of the best fighters of all time. So maybe I think Dana is going to expand the UFC market, and I think there's an opportunity there still. Because if you look, they're fighting in Abu Dhabi, they're fighting in China, they're fighting in all these different venues now that they're over in London this weekend.
Right.
That I just think that market could be exploited there a little bit soon.
I love it, man. Great answers. Love it. Cobra, who's your one?
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, I love it. The guy comes in. The kid comes in. He's got his mindset. I'm heavy on Herbert as well. I think Herbert's going to have a monster season. So I like that take. I like that pick.
Hey,
we're going to
Cobra,
ride it.
Hey, Cobra, is it because like you and Herbert, like you feel like you and him look the same age? Is that why you're so high on him?
No, I think Herbert's super cheap. Actually, you can buy a flawless
He
auto
is.
for like
I think he is.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, flawless box out of that year goes for like 15. You buy his auto for 3.
And the Chargers are gonna chuck that thing, man. So he's gonna light up this. He's gonna light
Big
up the
time.
snap.
Big time. All right, Greg jumped in. Greg, who is your guy in the radar?
Oh, and if we're talking baseball, I definitely
sport.
J-Rod. At baseball, man, J-Rod's been my boy since 2017. Watched him in the minors, and he's got a great work ethic. You know,
Yeah.
anybody that has that kind of mindset, you know, it's like I've always said, if you love your job, it's less like work, and it comes easier to you. And that's why I think once he stepped into the big leagues, it took him a little minute, but he's starting to fill them shoes really fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know how, but I kind of saw that in him.
Yep.
You know, and
as
far as
Yeah.
As far as football goes, I don't know. I'm interesting. It's interesting to find out how well Russell Wilson's going to do over in Denver. I mean, it was sad to see him go, but you know, stuff happens, I guess.
Right.
No, I know.
I grew up in Minnesota, you know, so I have a ton of Randy Moss cards that I've collected, you know, and I still like him no matter how many times it's been traded, no matter what his attitude was and everything is in the past that happened.
That's Dan,
you know,
one of the top Vikings receivers of all time.
Exactly. His record still stands, you know.
Where's Guns at?
Current player, I'd have to go with Tyler Lockett. I see stuff in rookies and I stick with them.
So good.
You know, and I collect them because I like them. I don't, you know, every once in a while I have to move a card here or there to help, you know, pay off some bills or get something else accomplished. But
yeah,
I always make sure that I take care of stuff first before I throw it back into the hobby. You know, even though it's like one of the things that I love doing.
Yeah.
You know, and sports cards isn't all that I collect either.
Oh, what else?
Everybody else that knows me, you know, I mean, I love Marvel characters, comic books, the Incredible Hulk. I have an extensive Incredible Hulk collection.
Nice.
Signed comics, artwork, sketches. I've even got a couple of what do you call them? Scripts signed by the cast from one. Yeah, well, yeah. Here's a Boo This Man moment. One's Bill Cosby from the Cosby Show, and the other one's a CSI crossover from New York to Miami. It's got the full cast signed on it. Picked it up dirt cheap on eBay.
Love it.
And I love the memorabilia, the stories behind it, and it keeps me happy.
Absolutely love it.
If I can kind of touch on like what Greg's saying too, for some people right now, that sports side of the market is out of control. Some people can't afford to be in it. But I'll tell you what, if you find a show that you like The Sopranos has got trading cards. There's plenty of stuff out there that, like, if you really gravitate towards something, you could find it. And like I said, that's where I went with Star Wars, and it's really brought me a lot of joy back into the hobby. So you don't always have to think of like your traditional methods of collecting either.
Okay. Well, I think I commented a while ago that, you know, there's a lot of bandwagoners that'll hop in on there. I used to be able to get my Mariners fairly easily, you know, but now everybody's like, "Ooh, J-Rod, I want to get him," and they just grab it up, you know.
Right.
It is what it is.
And I think a lot of that too, it's not always bandwagoners as much. It's more guys that just go after like prospectors just in general, or stars, or whoever they feel are going to be big. You know what I mean? Like some are bandwagoners, but then some are like just straight up, we'd say more investors in the hobby,
Yeah.
where they just go
Yeah.
after those prospects, those guys that are.
Well, when I'm in
guys.
breaks, I kind of pay attention to the people in there because like we talk about, this is a community and I get to know my community. Certain players that I know they PC certain teams. Now all of a sudden they're picking up on the Mariners and I'm like, oh, come on. The whiny side of me comes out really quick.
Yeah.
But I can't let that get to me. I mean, I've had my fair days here and there. I mean, a lot of the breaks I've been in, I've been blessed. I've been really blessed so far as far as not just the cards I pulled, but the people that I get introduced to, and
it's people, man. So you keep hearing people.
It's a love story,
Yep.
That's all it is. It's a love story. And it's like, I've never met any of you guys. I mean, a few of them that I know from close by, we meet up, but as far as everybody else on the internet here, I've never met anybody.
Yeah.
But I love you all. I love you all.
Love you too, man. I always say it as well. I tweeted some out earlier today to everybody. Love everybody, man. People need to know that people care, that people are there for them, especially in today's world, man. We talked about earlier, we need people to lean. We need to be able to lean on others as they can lean on us and support each other. And that's ultimately, we just need more positivity and more love at the end of the day. And that's
I had to
circle around.
I had to call my brother the other day. Evidently, a guy that owns the LCS over in Rochester, Minnesota, passed away a couple weeks ago, and my brother knows him very well. And I call him. I says, "What happened?" And he's like, "Yeah, I knew about it, but I forgot to call you." I'm like, "Well, I had found out about it from somebody else in one of my chats."
Right.
Yeah, I met the guy a couple of times. He was a really nice guy. It's just sad. He's
too bad.
It's just one of those things in life that people just pass away, and that's why we got to take advantage today while we still can.
Right.
And just be good to each other, because that's what we leave.
100%.
We leave this world with what we leave,
Yep.
Hey, Deafness, one time meow meows in the chat for our boy Henry.
Hey, yeah, one time, guys, drop some meow meows for our boy Henry M. We lost one of the most kindest gentlemen, a lot like all of y'all in the community. He always did so much. He always, like, for fundraisers, charities, guns shows, my fundraiser charities, anyone else doing stuff, he was supporting. He was always a part of. And most of all, one of the biggest hearts, honestly, one of the biggest hearts. And his thing is, he would always come in the chat. You'd always know when he'd show up, because he would put meow meow, and he'd put two little cat emojis. He loved his cat or his cats. But in reality, man, rest in peace to Henry, man. We do miss you. You're a legend, brother. You're an absolute legend. And we appreciate you, and we appreciate who you are. And it's people like that we can look at, that we can better ourselves off of, that we can realize we can be better. And at the end of the day, to really find out, it's a lot of times it's people that are like Henry that we assume or think that maybe he had a lot of money or he had it well off, and he really didn't. Like, he didn't have a bunch of extra money, but he would give his shirt off his back, if that's the last shirt he had, to help someone else out. And that's what
his wealth was in his heart.
What's that? Yeah.
His wealth was in his heart. He was rich in most places,
Yep, exactly. Yep. So, all right, I'm going to give my...
We got Def. I'm writing them down, man.
Yeah,
I'm
going to give you mine. I'm going to give you mine. I'm just going to go football here, but I'm going to give you my football guy. And it's not going to be for any time in the next year, a couple years. I'm talking for down the road. Mr. Sir Ian Book, count it. You can get him for dirt right now.
Yep.
He is going to be a starter in the NFL one day. Well, maybe with the Saints and maybe with someone else. I do not believe that he will be a backup quarterback his whole career. I believe that he will get an opportunity, and I believe that he will take full advantage of that opportunity when that time comes. So
Okay.
he may or may not, but that's the guy I'm looking at. I mean, you can get into like if you're into brakes, you can get into all these like first out the line optic brakes, etc. Saints are like dirt cheap, right? And you get a chance at a rookie quarterback. Yes, he's not a starter right now. The chances of them are big, but for little to no money, you could be getting these to 20 autos, these to 1-to-1 autos, and if something happens for next to nothing, bang, 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 hand pay. Let's go, baby. So if we're looking on the investment side, I guess, for possible future and not having to spend the house, it's not like you're going in on the Patriots paying Patriot prices for a guy that has Ian Book right now. We don't know where he's going to be, dirt cheap. So, all right, guys, I think you guys got anything you want to add to this segment? We're at about the 2-hour mark, which is exactly where I want to be on it, roughly on time. We are going to roll over now to the Playmaker podcast. So, Balls, Tom T, welcome. What's up, brother? Good to see you. We're gonna roll over to the Playmaker podcast. That's gonna go about an hour or so, and then we'll start auctions after that. And I'll actually restart the stream because I have to go to my other platform with my cameras and stuff for that. But we're gonna go another hour on this platform. We'll restart the stream. Be like 4 hours in. 3-4 hours in, and then
I'm gonna hop off for a while. I'll jump in on the auction.
K-Dub,
I'll
about an hour or so. We'll be on this for about an hour.
Brother.
What's that? Yeah, K-Dub, love you, brother. Appreciate you popping in. Everybody, make sure you guys follow K-Dub. You follow Greg. Cobra, are you hanging out? What are you gonna do, guys? When you're in the chat, before you guys leave, drop your links to your platforms, your Twitters, your YouTube channel. Just copy your links. Put them in the chat. Make sure everybody that's in here, whether you're watching now or watch later, make sure you guys give them a follow, give them a sub. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, and they have great content. They're great people, great parts of the community. So, again, I want to thank you. I appreciate you popping in. I appreciate you taking some time, my man, on your Friday evening. And I appreciate your wife allowing you to do this and join us tonight, man. All right?
All right, be good,
love you, man.
Later,
love you, guys. All right, later. Peace. All right. Cobra's out. Cobra, he'll be on the back end. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm waiting on Nate. This may be a one-on-one type deal if Nate doesn't pop in, and that's fine. We have plenty we can always talk about. We can jive off our own deals. I always felt like me and Balls could always do a decent like Pat McCaffrey style, not quite escrow podcast, if you will, but we can vibe off each other. Hoping Nate joins us. Really want to see Nate up in here as well, but we'll see. Guys, one other thing before we start the Playmaker podcast part of this stream is I just put a comment on the YouTube community tab, and I just said leave a comment on this for the next giveaway. So all you simply have to do to get in or qualify for the next giveaway is simply leave a comment on the community tab where it says leave a comment on this for the next giveaway. That's all you have to do. It's really that easy. It's really that simple. So go to the community tab on my YouTube, leave a comment, say whatever you like, whether you're enjoying the stream, you hate me, I'm ugly, you love life, whatever you want to say. Who's going to be the best player this year in the NFL, whatever it may be, because I think we're going to talk a lot of NFL for this next hour as we kind of lead up into preseason rookie check-in or camp starts here this next week for a lot of the teams, and then the vets will be like the week after or days after. So, Balls, we have a lot to talk about.
Hey, Def, I'm going to show everybody how quick it is. I'm going to jump off, sign up real quick on your community thing, and jump right back in the stream.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. I can talk for a few minutes. Yeah, it's all good. We got Tom T in the building as well. Tommy T, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming in and saying what's up. Tom, a little backstory while we're waiting for Balls to start this part of the stream. Tom T actually found me or came across me during one of my 24-hour streams, like just going around YouTube, whatever, like, what is this guy? And then he just kind of started hanging out and came a part of it. And now here we are. Raymond, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
And I'm back. That's how quick it is, guys.
Yeah,
literally it took me 30 seconds. Go show a little love to Deafness by dropping a comment, and it'll give you a chance at a giveaway too.
So easy. You can even open up another tab and just still be in the stream and go do it and leave a comment. We'll be drawing that probably in the next couple hours. So leave a comment, a thumb up if you want to, whatever you want to do as well. All right. So let's get into it, guys. And just so you guys know, we started this last year. There's actually 4 of us that typically did it. We would have guests on as well. And I want to just throw this out here. If anybody is and wants to join this, we're going to be talking a lot of football. We're going to dive into teams, prospects, rookies, where we see teams are going to be. You can, if you want. I can drop the link, or you can go back to one of the old links. Just if you're going to come on, though, like, make sure you're supplying some kind of content or backing towards some of the stuff that you're stating, or answering to when we do different questions and whatnot. So we do these. It's Balls, Brady, Nate, and myself. Typically, we have some guests on every once in a while. We typically do them every Monday night. We do it during the NFL season. That's kind of what we did last year. It was our bread and butter. We do cover other sports. Tonight, I think, because we got about an hour or so. I mean, we don't really have a time limit, but I planned about an hour for this. So we're going to just kind of dive through. We're going to kind of get our glimpse on each side of where we see teams, where we think teams are going to be at, who are we looking for, who we feel are going to be maybe some sleepers, if you will, maybe even on a little bit of a fantasy side, fantasy football side, who we are looking, queuing, or who we think maybe are some good pickups or picks. The transitions with all the trades, everything that we have going on right now in the NFL. So kind of to start it off, we've had some news, right? I mean, since the Deshaun Watson a while back, now the quarterbacks are kind of coming around. We're getting some contracts, extensions, what have you. We have a Kyler Murray extension. He's going to be getting about $46.1 million a year. It was $230.5 million, 5-year deal, right? So sticking with Arizona. Let's just start with this. Let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about Kyler Murray. What are your thoughts, Balls, what's your thoughts in general on Kyler Murray? Is he worth this $46.1 million a year, this 5-year, $240 million deal? Do you feel on your end it's going to be a payout? It's going to be worth it, or is he just hitting jackpot and running?
Man, I question longevity. So far he's been okay to avoid the big hit in the open field, or the terrible roll up in the pocket where all of a sudden, he doesn't see it or doesn't feel the pressure coming. He's a small man, and it's a big man's game. So I'm not as high on Kyler Murray as a lot of people are. Do I think he's a really great quarterback? Yes. But I think my biggest concern, like a lot of people, is his longevity with his career. I would prefer, and I would say Justin Fields, but the quarterback that I look at, if you're going to have one of those mobile quarterbacks, I would prefer somebody that's a build of like Lamar Jackson. And I know everybody out there is like, man, Lamar's probably the best running quarterback.
Yeah.
But even if you look at a guy like Malik Willis that was just drafted this year, his body type feels like it's more suitable to take one of those big hits in a head-on collision. So really, and Kyler's really good at doing it, avoiding that big hit. But man, longevity is the question when it comes to him. I think honestly, what you're seeing is the guaranteed money. Kyler got the most guaranteed money. I think it was just them trying to get in the market before it was way too late, because now you're talking, Lamar's got to have his contract, which is going to be bigger than Kyler's.
Yep.
You're talking Joey Burrow here within, the Bengals have to wrap him up here soon. Yep. We're already on year 3 with Joey. So 4th year, 5th year option, they want to have a contract now before his price tag hits over 50 million a year plus.
Yep.
So I think it makes sense right now for the Cardinals, especially it being a 5-year deal. I think it's 6 total. It adds a year to his contract. The current contract he's on.
Yeah. Yep.
But me personally, I'm not big on Kyler Murray. So
I would have to pretty much agree. I mean, I think a lot of what you said adds a lot of context to, the whys of why maybe you're not quite the fan and why maybe he's not really suitable for Arizona. There's Nate. Nate's popping in here. What up, Nate? Good evening, my man. We got our other co-host. Just so you guys know, Brady is not trying to just scam out on us or be a no-show. He's actually got a wedding going on. I think it's probably dinner rehearsal tonight, and then the wedding, I believe, is tomorrow. So send out your condolences and your prayers for our boy Brady that he's now no longer a free man after probably tomorrow, right? So Nate, man, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Sure, y'all. I was hearing the Kyler Murray talk.
Yeah, pop in, man. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, I mean, it's a monster contract. What is we getting? 46, 47 million a year
46,
now?
I think it equals out to 46.1 a year. Deshaun's was 46, I think, a year. His was just 46.1, I think, is what it equaled out to or equated out to. So,
yeah, I mean, it's one of the contracts. It's kind of it's a lot of money, but it's what options do the Cardinals have? It's kind of one of those because quarterback wise, you're gonna get a lot of each deal is gonna keep getting more and more because you got Lamar Jackson coming up, you got guys like Burrow coming up, you got Herbert coming up, so these contracts are gonna go crazy pretty soon.
Oh yeah. It's now it started, right? So now it's now the real paydays are gonna just keep falling. It's like a domino effect, right? But it just keeps going up for a lot of these guys.
Nate, sorry, Deafness. Nate, you bring up a good point too. That what other option do they have besides Kyler? Kyler's agent went out 2 days before the draft and said, "Hey, look at what Kyler Murray's done for this organization."
Exactly.
Name the other quarterback besides Kurt Warner that's done anything that he's done in this short amount of time. And his agent went out there and said, "Pay him." He did the Jerry Maguire, show me the money.
Yep.
And at that point, Kyler had the advantage. It was just about getting the deal done and what worked best for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you I mean, I think Ball's already kind of touched on it, but Nate, this is where I kind of stand with Kyler. He's super athletic. There's no doubt about it. There's no questions about it. Nobody can challenge his athleticism at all. None. But what I worry about, and I think what Balls worries about too, is his size. I'm not gonna bring up necessarily his height as much because he's shown and proven that the height doesn't really matter to him. Because usually the linemen are 6'3" to 6'7", and he's just under 6 foot. So when they're standing up blocking, even at the crouch down a little bit, it's hard for him to see a full view because he can't look over and see. You can't just look straight. But my thing is more, even though he's very physically fit, he's still such a small guy, right? Mm-hmm. So the durability aspect of on the Kyler Murray side, the ability of him being able to stay healthy his career, right?
Yeah.
Is he going to be a guy that's going to be injury prone and we're going to see injuries pop up often? I guess that's something that I question with him. That's one thing that kind of makes me look at this contract, and again, he deserves to get paid, right? But I think a lot of us, all of us out there, probably agree that his pay, probably just like any other guy's pay, is probably way too much to play pro sports. But that's just a general consensus for a lot of people. Everybody's just overpaid. Players are overpaid.
Yeah.
Just in general. But I feel like I have a problem where he's going to be a guy that's going to be injury prone. And I could be 100% wrong. 100% I could be way off on this. And he could have one of the best careers and never get hurt. But I just feel like he's a guy that's going to get hurt. I see it. I see as the years go on, I see him being more injury. And then once the injuries start, I feel like they're just going to kind continue. It's going to be an ongoing issue in a sense. And I don't want to. I don't prey on, or I don't wish for anybody, even the worst team that I root for a player or their stars to get hurt. I just feel like the way he's built for the NFL and kind of the way he plays the game, it's going to catch up to him on the injury side. I don't know. That's my few take. I think Nate, you kind of touched on it quite a bit. I just want to touch on that because that was like the big breaking news here just in the last day or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to hear from you guys. Is there any rookies out there this year that just stick out to any of the other rookies as far as like, man, this guy is just, he's going to blossom. He's going to be a star. Like it's going to be instant, or it's going to be within the first year. Is there any rookies out there that you see that you can just think of that are going to either get right in, or when they do get that opportunity within the year, maybe it's not going to be right away. Maybe within the year, they're going to be an absolute star. You feel like they're going to be a star. Is there anyone that comes to mind? Any names?
Yeah, for me, it's Christian Watson, and I think it's Christian Watson in Green Bay. They drafted him, I think it was in the second round. Rodgers needs somebody to step up in that wide receiver core. And he's a guy that flies, man. He's not Devontae. He's more, I'm going to take the top off. I'm going to hit the big one, thinking Tyreek Hill, speed, get out and go. I think he was one of the fastest wide receivers in this class this year. And if you think about Aaron Rodgers' career, he really hasn't had a guy with that type of playmaking speed on the outside that I can really think of. You know, his main receivers, if you think about it, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, you know, even Devontae, Randall Cobb, those aren't guys that are known for that playmaking breakaway, take the top off like Deshaun Jackson is kind of, you know what I mean? Yep. And that's what they want Christian Watson to be, is Deshaun Jackson. I mean, so they want him to be that type of receiver. And I could see him, if he gains Rodgers' trust early. Rodgers, you know how it is. If you gain that guy's trust, he's going to lock on, and then they start reading one another, and he's one of the best in the game. So as a Bears fan, it sucks to say that, but I think he's got huge boom potential.
He always says, damn it, balls, talking that Green Bay talk, but it's what's out there. I mean, we can wish or hope something different changes, but if it's if it's how you see it, it's how you see it. If it's who the player is, it's who the player is. Nate, what do you think, bud?
So I'm kind of interested to see how the New York Jets first two picks go, Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, because obviously the Jets, like, they definitely need somebody on defense. Like, they need like that one corner, and also Sauce Gardner has so much like potential coming out of Cincinnati. He has so much hype, so kind of like interested to see how he goes. And then Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Zach Wilson kind of need that number one receiver. I know they got like a bunch of like Braxton Berrios kind of guys, but they need like the number one receiver. So I'm kind of interested to see how to do with Garrett Wilson. So like those are kind of two kind of guys like I think I want to kind of see. And then also Aiden Hudson for the Lions. I kind of want to see how he does, like, as he like. Can he is he gonna be like reach his potential as a pass rusher? Like, is he gonna be like a big time guy, like a 10+ sack guy? Is he gonna be like 8.5 guy? Like I kind of want to see how how it's gonna fit out as well.
Okay,
so, that's kind of my thing.
You know, I think Balls touches the one I think the most, but here's another guy, and this could be interesting. But again, I'm going to touch on this, and this is going to depend a lot on if they can put together an offensive line, or if their offensive line can be there. But Bryce Hall, he's been making a lot of noise. Like they already said for the Jets, and I know it's the Jets, right? The team that nobody ever can succeed in, nobody can ever get anywhere and have any success with. I get it. I 100%. And that's why I started with the first thing I said was depending upon what their offensive line is like. Man,
I tell you, I think this dude could be an absolute beast, an absolute monster. Like he's a rookie, right?
Yep.
They drafted Michael Carter, the year before? They got this Michael Carter kid. Who was the other running back that they have there? Who's the guy that was Michael Carter and who else?
Oh, it was
Who was it, Balls? You don't know?
Duke Johnson. I don't know.
No.
Oh,
I
man,
wasn't
Johnson.
Okay, it's fine. It really doesn't matter because obviously he didn't have a lot of success, right? But Carter didn't do all that bad. He had his opportunities last year. Again, they didn't have an offensive line. So again, we're going back to that whole thing. They didn't really have the great offense that was put together to really develop the run game at all.
Yep.
But they're saying that the talk is, and I know it's just camps and whatever, but that it's already going to be Bryce Hall and Michael Carter. Whoever the other back was, he's already out of the picture pretty much. But that Bryce Hall continues to jump the line as being the main back. It's going to be a share time, but Bryce Hall is that dude. And again, if they can get an offensive line and if they can get an offense going, it's a big if. But, they got weapons. They got Zach Wilson. If the kid can get it together and get it rolling, they can develop some run here. I think Bryce Hall is going to be an interesting player. That'd be probably my top rookie. Now let's switch the tables here. Let's go to a player that we each think. Maybe you could list more than one if you want to. But who's a player that you think that is going to be a breakout player this year, not rookie? So could have been a rookie last year, could have been a rookie a couple years ago, could have been a league for 3 years, 4 years. Now maybe he's in a position with a team. He's now getting an opportunity to be a receiver 1, receiver 2, or a running back 1 or running back 2 or something that you feel is just gonna that has that potential to be an absolute breakout player. Is there anyone that sticks out? Balls? Or do you want to go Nate first? Nate? Nate?
Yeah, let me see. We got player. I guess to pretty much all the moves that the team made, I guess I could go with a Philadelphia Eagles own Jalen Hurts. I guess
Kevin, welcome.
I guess he's the breakout candidate here for next year. The Eagles got what? AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. We got Miles Sanders in the back. We got Boston Scott in the back. Other running backs. We got Dallas Goedert, who could be a potential top 5 tight end. So he has weapons there. So it's pretty much him. I guess being able to, be a better passer. Because the running abilities there with Jalen Hurts. So if he could just be a better passer, get the ball downfield more, then he could definitely be a breakout candidate. And you see on fantasy football, I think he's a top 7 quarterback on the ratings now. So there's plenty of hype around him, plenty of people that think he's gonna do well. So I guess I go Jalen Hurts as my breakout candidate for this year.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Balls loves to hear that. No, you don't.
So
Justin Fields, are we gonna go with our home teams? No. Come on.
No. Gosh, I almost forgot. Well, no, I've got almost 2 because Nate mentioned Philly, and one maybe it's because Tim Hall. Man, Tim Hall is flooding my brain with Kenneth Gainwell, but Nate didn't mention him in that backfield, and everything I've heard has been pretty positive about him competing even with the starting running back. I can't even remember his name right now. Miles Sanders.
Yeah, Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm going to go on, and maybe it's a safe pick and the writing's on the wall, but I think this is the year that Tony Pollard finally supplants Zeke down in Dallas as the starting running back. And I think Zeke becomes more of, think like a Leonard Fournette type in the league where they're trying to utilize him in the goal line situations and short line. you know, I could see that. And I think Pollard brings a different dynamic to that offense. So if I were to go with one, that's going to be my one, that Tony Pollard becomes the starting running back. And if I'm going to say anything, I think it's before like week 8. It's going to be like week 6 that he finally takes over.
It's interesting you say this because I was actually just talking about this type of deal with a big Dallas Cowboys fan last night at Triple Diamond when I was breaking. One of our customers came in. He lives in Minnesota. He's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. He gets the Cowboys in every break. He's a huge Cowboys fan. And I brought that question up. We talked about Zeke, and I brought up Pollard, and I said, do you feel like Pollard's just going to be that dude? Do you feel like there's potential for them to somehow make a deal with Zeke somewhere, get rid of him? His whole issue is with Zeke is his contract and the money. Who's going to take him at this point? You know, nobody. There's probably not anybody that's going to do it. But I think you're right. I think Pollard. And here's the question I asked him. I asked him this specifically. I said, so do you feel like we're going to see the old Zeke this year? Do you feel, as a Cowboys fan, what's your thoughts? And he said, well, then he started throwing like his, the stats. Well, he was still top, blah, 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 and this and that and that. And I'm like, but it wasn't a Zeke season. Like, it wasn't the Zeke that most people know Zeke as. Like, is there going to be a Zeke set season? And I said, or is Pollard going to end up being that dude? He's like, I don't know. And I started saying, I feel like Pollard's really the guy there. Like, I don't know how often we all get to watch Dallas Cowboy games unless they're playing in our area or unless you have the Sunday ticket or you have the red zone or whatever it may be. And you're watching like all the red zone things and whatnot. But watching Pollard, when Pollard comes in the game, just like for Dallas, it just changes the momentum with their offense all the time. And it's like Zeke is just so up and down. Like, whether it's offensive line and him not reading holes right or them not being on the same page issue, or if it's actually a Zeke's just not really there anymore issue, or he just doesn't have what he had before. It's hard to say. And if any other Dallas fans are out there, or there is any fans watching, you can comment or add what you feel or what you say. This is just from an outside perspective as not being a Dallas fan and how we view it or how we see it. So, Nate, anything to add to the Pollard Zeke thing? Or, you don't have to. I'm just, anything on your mind about it.
Shoot, I agree with Balls. Tony Pollard definitely should probably to plant Zeke sometime this year. It looked like Zeke coming down, Pollard going up. Like it's kind of weird because it kind of been that way ever since Zeke's on that big deal. Ever since he's on a big contract, it's like his production fell down and Pollard's went up. So I'm definitely I definitely on like the Pollard. Like I said, Pollard train to, like I said, eventually to plan them. Would it be able to trade Zeke? Probably not, unless like either Zeke gets like a little like short like a pay cut somewhere, or Dallas agrees to pay like majority of his contract. But
well, I think our issue is the contract, right? It's going to be very hard for them, I believe, to get out of the contract. Kedrick, we got Kedrick. Sorry, guys, just got to see what's up to Kedrick. My guy, Kedrick. Let me give you that bluey. It's been that long since you've been in here, my guy. Salutes to you. Salutes to Kevin Kirk in the building. Pittsburgh's back. I dropped a link if anybody wants to join in. Eloy, if you want to join in, you can. Jeff, did you say an answer? We take in the bank. Let me go back. Eloy, what did you ask? How much money are Deafness, me and Alex going to do at the casino? Oh, yeah, we're taking it all, baby. Suitcases. You know what? We're going to fly back in private jets. We're going to pick up everybody on the way back. We're going to go private escrow style. It's Escobar season has returned, baby. Let's go. All right, we're going to get Pittsburgh in the little playmaker side. Good. Not much, man. Hey, we're kind of doing the playmaker deal. You can kind of add in whatever you want, whenever you want. We're just kind of talking football right now and where we're seeing teams. You can probably add in your little Steelers. Huh?
I love me some football.
Yes, sir. So let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Since the Pittsburgh guy, what are your thoughts on your Steelers this year? What are your thoughts on Kenny P?
Dude, I like
number one pick.
I like him a lot, man. You know what he did with that Pitt program was impressive to me. Because really no quarterback since Danny Marino has really been at least as impressive as Pickett has been to me personally. Just the way he was able to elevate that team and win. You know, like obviously there's some things like tangibly, like he has little hands. I know the team's calling him like the hamburger guy from Burger King because his hands are so little.
Yeah.
But I mean, Drew Brees had little hands too, and he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. So
right.
I'm not super concerned with it, but I do think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trubisky start to begin. I mean, especially since he just came in as a free agent. He looked decent behind Josh Allen too, and I would imagine Josh Allen did, you know, some wonders for his career, because I'm a big fan of like a lot in the workspace is gained by osmosis, and just being able to be in the same locker room as a Josh Allen and be able to pick up on the habits that Josh Allen has, and you know, those type of things. I feel like that's valuable. So.
Right.
You know, like I feel like that gives Mitch a little bit of a head start. Obviously, we invested a first-round pick in Kenny, and he's obviously the hometown guy who, like, obviously everybody is rooting for. They had a good chance to watch him for the last several years he was at Pitt, because a lot of people don't know this, but Pitt's facility and the Steelers facility are in the same building. Like, literally, it's just separated by a wall. So, you know, as their scouts are there throughout their work day, it's literally the exact same building where Pitt is literally handling business. So
that's crazy.
A lot of them had the inside scoop on Pitt to begin with. So for them to, you know, kind of say, hey, this is our guy, we're going to grab him, you know, especially with none of the other quarterbacks flying off the board in the first round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think they have a little inside.
Dude, Anthony, I gotta admire your driving skills. It looks like you're looking straight into the phone, but yet you're driving fast.
Marty's driving. That's a hack.
Oh, we got hot hands driving. What up, hot hands? What's going on?
Hot hands. No.
That one's Chef Marte.
Oh, that's the chef. That's right. That's the chef. I get those two mixed up. Yeah, that's right. Oh. The chef's in the building, driving around Hollywood. Where are you guys going to Hollywood?
We're on our way to Hollywood, just on our way home.
Oh, are you? Nice.
We work out near like West LA, so we were just leaving that area.
That's awesome, man. I love it. Love it. Balls is having some issues, I think, with he's going in and out. He keeps flipping for some reason. All right, so let me do this. Nate, you touched on your breakout player, right?
Yes.
I got turned off, or I got mixed up now with Pittsburgh. Throw me a player that you feel. All right, let's do the two for you real quick, where we just started. So a rookie that you feel is going to break out, or a rookie that's going to be like, you know, it doesn't have to be right this season. Like, it could be within a year, but a rookie that was drafted this year that you feel is going to break out. And then second, after you do that, the second one, I'm just going to throw it out there, is who do you feel is going to be a breakout player that's been drafted, been in the league for a couple years, you know, maybe got landed a new team or something, and it just sticks in your mind.
Well, I mean, this is going to be kind of a homer thing, but like, honestly, like as good as Najee Harris has been, I honestly think like he has the potential to be like way better. You know what I mean? Especially once we start getting some offensive help there and a quarterback that can actually move in the pocket and get the ball like out of his hands. I think Najee Harris has the potential to be a dangerous boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just as somebody who's watched every single professional game he's had so far. But then again, I'm also a homer. So,
right.
But like, I really think that he has something special to him, man. Like, I think for fantasy purposes, like he'd probably be like 1 or 2 for me draft wise. You know what I mean? Like, even in like real life, I think he's going to put up some numbers this year.
I like it. No, I think that's awesome. I think that's huge. And then rookie wise, like this year, so someone that was drafted this year that you feel, and he may not break out, he may or may not break out this year, but it'll be in the next day or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll let him get this one. He says Jameson Williams in the background.
Yeah, you want to tell?
Yeah, receiver from Detroit, man. That kid's special.
Which one?
Jameson Williams from Detroit.
Yep.
His last name right? It's Williams, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Very similar from he's an Alabama receiver. You can't really get wrong with that.
Right. Yeah. No, I love it. I love the answer. I think that's awesome. Awesome.
And he's more well versed in the young guys than me too. Like every single year when it's coming draft time, me and him watch the draft together because he gives me the update on like literally everybody the Steelers take like in real time. It's amazing. He's like my own personal Mel Kiper.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so now here's going to be the big question. I think we lost Balls. He's having a connection or phone issue or something. So it looks like it's us three. Here's the next question. So we're going to do this for about another half hour, 25 minutes, and then we'll stop the stream to restart it on my other platform on Streamlabs so that I got my cameras to do the auctions. We'll do those for probably 3-4 hours, and then we'll go from there. But also, guys, just to let you know, if you're just coming in, leave a comment on my community. I just put a small comedy or a comment thing on my comedy tab. Comedy. Jesus, it's only 3 hours in and I can't talk right. The community tab, leave a comment, anything. You can tell me how ugly I am. You can tell me how much you hate me. You can tell me how much you love me. You can tell me who your favorite team is. You can do anything. Put anything you want, comment anything you want to get yourself a shot at the next giveaway. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but I will draw a winner from the list that leaves a comment. All you got to do is be subscribed and leave a comment, obviously. You got to be subscribed. That's part of the rules, but it'll always be part of the rules. But other than that, that's good. All right, so here's what I want to talk next, guys. We got to keep this kind of short because we could talk football for like 3 or 4 hours if we really want to because we're not even starting the season yet, and there's a lot going on. But let's get down to the nit-gritty. Let's get down to the meat potatoes. Let's dive in a little bit. What teams, AFC and NFC, and don't be homers in this. Don't be telling me Philadelphia. Don't be telling me Pittsburgh. And I better not be telling you guys Minnesota, even though I'm pretty feeling good about them this year, but I can't be telling you guys that.
The Eagles this year?
Yeah, he's Philly. So there you go. So which teams in the AFC and NFC? We'll start with Nate and then Pittsburgh, and then I'll answer. What two teams do you feel represent gets to the Super Bowl? I know it's early. I know it's games haven't even started, but who do you strongly feel right now what you look at? And Pittsburgh defaults. He phones a friend and goes to Mel Kiper for his answers.
AFC or NFC. I was going to split it with him again.
Oh, I got you. All right, Nate, who you got, brother?
So, AFC. I'm probably gonna go Buffalo. I like what the Bills got. I like what the Bills got. Josh Allen is looking pretty good. They got this.
I like
that. This got Stephon Diggs. They got Dawson Knox. He's coming in. I know they lost Cole Beasley, but I think they could find a receiver to replace him. The defense is solid. So I probably had to go Buffalo for AFC. NFC. Yeah, the NFC.
You want to say Eagles so bad, but you can't. I have that handcuff. You can't.
I probably go Rams again.
Rams running it back. Okay,
I might have run it back. Only nigga service there, like they lost Woods and they lost Odell Beckham, so that's probably gonna hinder them a little bit. But I'm like, the defense is still rock solid. They still got Donald, they still got like Jalen Ramsey, they still got all the guys. So I'm like, I probably go Bills Rams as my teams.
Okay, cool. All right, what do we got? Mel Kiper and Pittsburgh.
All right, yeah, we have elaborated on this. AFC, I'm pulling for the Chargers. I think Herbert's going to take.
I like that pick.
That team, and I'll tell you, I'm on record at the beginning of last postseason of saying the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl. And I made fun of him stiffly for that as a Steelers fan.
Wow, let's go.
Like, Browns are going to be like functionable as an organization.
Pittsburgh. We might have to steal Chef for our Playmaker podcast episodes as a guest host.
Guys, I know. Seriously.
I like it. I like it.
I was going to go with the LA Rams too, so I thought that was kind of cool that we were both technically picking LA teams. Dominant defense, like more than anything, defense wins championships. Aaron Donald is probably the best defensive tackle I've seen since Mean Joe Green. And he also grew up 15 minutes from me, so that, there's good stock in the water there. Jalen Ramsey, I mean, shut down. You know what I mean? It's just like they have the talent on both sides of the ball. Like literally, they were a Matt Stafford away, and now they have him in another year there. For me, it's like it's the Rams and the Bucks, and I can't root for Tom Brady, so I got to go with the Rams.
I mean, it's hard to not look at the Rams again. It's really hard not to. Balls. You can't say Bears.
Not Bears.
I can't hear you. You're muted, brother.
Oh. Why?
There you go.
It keeps muting. It keeps muting on me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. So I have to pick the boogeyman, dude, in the NFC. I hate him, but the only way I can stop him is if I pick him. So Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Ooh. I hate the guy. And then if we're going AFC, God, I hope he's not in the chat and can hear this. I got a team out in the West too. But I really like Josh McDaniels. I think he is going to be a really good coach in the league with his second shot around. So that surprise team, give me Vegas.
Oh, the Raiders. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Where's Jimmy at, man? He would be doing victory high fives with you.
The Raiders.
Doing laps. Like he'd probably freaking go around the block naked. Balls just picked the Raiders. Let's go, baby. I like it. Man,
I'm not under the influence of anything.
I honestly, like, if I were to think, like, the teams I would have heard besides the Rams and besides the Bills, just in general, and I think those are, like, strong teams, I would not have thought that we were going to hear the likes of, like, the Chargers and the Packers. Man, I like it
for the underdog, man. That's one thing I'll say. He always picks it right when he does too. Because I'm always
but I absolutely like that. Now that I hear that, like I hear somebody say that, I actually really like that because I'll be honest with you. Cobra even talked about Herbert when he said it earlier. It just kind of was like, wow. Because I said it, I'm like, I feel like he's going to have a monster season this year. Like, just monster season. So, that Chargers take is nice. Like I said, I like that pick. That's a nice pick. I'm going to tell you what. I'm probably going to have to just go Rams on the NFC. Because as much as I want to go Packers, even though Ball said Packers, he would never let me live it down, even though he picked the Packers, because what he said after he said the Packers is he absolutely hates them. And I hate them, but I didn't necessarily state that after that. So in his words, I love them. So I'd say the Rams. And then, man, I have so much love for Buffalo, man. I like Nate. I have so much love for the Bills, and I have so much love for Josh Allen. And I know a lot of people do. And my only worry with him and that team is how high the expectations are set for them, right? Because I think a lot of people are talking Buffalo. I think there's a lot of people, if you ask out there. I'm not saying everybody, because we heard Chargers right here. We heard, we're hearing other teams. We heard Raiders. But I think, like, you asked 20 people, you probably, unless they just absolutely just hate Buffalo and they're not looking at it as like talent wise and they just pick a different team or a home team or something, I think it's over 50% of the people think maybe Buffalo's gonna go or be close there. So yeah, I gotta go Buffalo Rams. I gotta say Buffalo Rams. Josh Allen, like, he's just a good dude too, right? He's a humble dude.
he's somebody I can see being a champ. He's someone I can see being a Super Bowl MVP, to be in all honesty. But again, Chargers, Herbert, I love it, man. I could see Herbert being that guy too. Like I could honestly see him being that guy. And
that defense drastically improved too.
What's that?
Their defense is drastically improved too.
Oh yeah, they got a Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson. Yep.
And we've seen over time, right? We've seen over time how we talked about this. Like we talked about this all season last season during the Playmaker podcast about when we kept talking about the Rams. And we kept saying, remember, I was in love with the Rams, the Packers, the NFC. A couple other people were, and it was, well, but Stafford's there, and he's gonna blow it. He can't win the big one. He can't close it out. Well, we kept talking. He never had a defense to support him. He is always playing from behind in Detroit. He has a defense now to shut him down. Now Herbert's in that same position, more than likely, with a much improved defense that can keep them in games. That if he goes out and he struggles for a series and they don't get anywhere, they don't put points on the board, he's confident in his defense to go out there and shut that team down and not put any points on the board or keep it minimal so that he can come back and strike back and maybe score a touchdown or get another field goal and tie it up or whatever needs to happen to keep him in the game. So very interesting. I love the takes. Tom T is as Stafford, as the word Matthew Stafford, he is cutting off his ears as my brother over there. His beloved Detroit fan, if you will. So who is a team? We'll go balls this time. We'll go balls, Pittsburgh, Nate, and then me. Who is a team that you guys feel like a lot of people are talking about that they feel are going to be great, that are not going to be that great, that you feel in your eyes, in your mind, they're saying, hey, this team's going to be it. You know, maybe it's the Bills. Like you just heard a couple people say the Bills. Maybe it's the Bills. Maybe you don't agree that that's a team that's going to be as great as people think they're going to be. Who on the NFC and AFC? Tell me a team from each side.
All right, so I gotta pull up the teams. Let's look. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be as good, even with Tom Brady being there. Yeah, they still have the weapons, but at some point, the man has to have some kind of downfall, right? Can he continue at that level? Gosh, who knows? So I would say they're not going to run away with that division. And I think they're kind of going to be a disappointment in that fact. And I think Miami. Miami with Tua. I think Tua isn't going to pan out for them what they need.
Okay.
I told you last year, I still think if Lamar doesn't sign in Baltimore, that's where Miami tries to go after Lamar eventually, because I think that would fit him. But I just don't think they're going to have a good year with Tua. I'm not big on him.
Gotcha. I love it. Pittsburgh, did you consult with Mel Kiper?
Yeah, Mel's going to take the NFC, so I'll go ahead and roll with the AFC because when anybody in Pittsburgh can talk crap on the Cleveland Browns, we talk crap on the Cleveland Browns. Work there. I don't care if they got Deshaun Watson. They're a dysfunctional organization, and they're not going to be as good as people think, even if Deshaun is on the field.
I love it. I love it. NFC?
All day.
Who?
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers. You heard it here from Mel.
Don't tell me Equinemius, St. Brown, or Lazard are gonna pop off this year. I'm not buying it.
Isn't? Oh wait. Oh yeah. St. Brown.
No
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what? I pray his Chargers pick is wrong, but I pray that one is so right this year. So fingers crossed as a Bears fan.
He actually hates Green Bay, but he just yeah. Awesome. All right. I love it. I love it. All right, Nate.
All right, so for me, It's the AFC. I might go Denver Broncos here. I know they got Russell Wilson. I know they got maybe a pretty good like receiver core, but I don't see like that division is tough. You got the Chiefs still gonna be good. The Raiders are gonna be good, and the Chargers gonna be like really good. So I think the Broncos are probably gonna have a subpar season. Maybe not like a terribly bad season, but I think a pretty subpar season. And then in the NFC, I probably go 49ers.
Mom in the chat, Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry, Terry. I don't mean any disrespect. If it makes you feel any better, up until like a couple months ago, I was a season ticket holder of the Cavs, so I know all about suffering Cleveland sports. So like, but yeah, I mean, I don't take back what I say about the Browns. They suck. But
Terry said I'm leaving now.
No offense, bro. No, like,
Terry,
no
don't
offense.
leave. Don't leave, brother.
But yeah, I apologize, Terry. My team, if it makes you feel any better, my team's probably going to be worse than yours. And that comes from a guy who is literally branded with the Steelers logo.
There you go. He's got it tatted.
So,
got it tatted on him.
my team will probably be worse than yours. So it is what it is.
All right. So, oh man. AFC, Kansas City Chiefs. Not saying they're gonna like absolutely poorly stink it up like terrible, but I don't think they're gonna be anywhere near. I see them maybe even first round if they make the playoffs, first round playoffs out. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs on not playing to the potential that a lot of people I think feel they're going to. And I know they're on a decline a little bit with Tyreek Hill. A lot of people that were even on Chiefs, like on that wagon or whatever you say, maybe jumped off or saying the same. But I still think there's a lot out there that feel the Chiefs are still contenders, and they may as well be, but I don't feel they're going to be. On the NFC, what's that? Oh, on the NFC side. NFC side, I'm kind of leaning towards Tampa Bay as well, a little bit. I don't want to say like I don't want to say that I feel like Tampa's just going to be like an absolute shit team. Like they have Brady. Like Brady can do stuff with anybody, but I don't know. I think you see a different thing here in Tampa Bay this year. And, you got the coach now going in the office or whatever. Who is their coach now? Who is Tampa's coach now? That Bruce.
Is it Arians?
No, he went into like the front office.
No, isn't Leftwich?
Byron Leftwich.
Oh, yeah, Byron
Leftwich. It's okay. So as much as I like Leftwich, and I'm a fan of Leftwich, I actually hope that he does very well and succeeds in the NFL as a head coach. I really do. I just feel like he's going to get it's going to be those, even though he's got a Tom Brady, the best quarterback in the NFL, to kind of help him out and get him through things. And if he gets in bad spots, I still feel like there's going to be that struggle there, if you will. They got Kyle Rudolph. They signed Kyle Rudolph now. Like, I loved Kyle Rudolph like years ago when he was like not a 16-year-old vet, like a tight end. I don't know how many, 12 seasons, however many seasons he's been in there. He was in Giants last year. He scored like a touchdown or two. I mean, he's gonna be like a Jimmy Johnson. Or not Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson. He's gonna be a Jimmy. What's his name? What's his freaking name? I played for the Saints. Jimmy Graham. Yeah, so he's going to be a great tight end. That was great, his so many years. And then he's going to just continue to jump around these teams to prolong his career and just kind of be like not really anybody, I don't feel like he adds a lot personally to the Tampa Bay team, but I could be wrong. Hip flipping mama with a $4.99 super chat for the cause. There you go. That'll get me some caffeine. Frappy double shot there, or help out for that in the morning time sometime to get us recharged and continue going, because I can tell you it's going to start getting tricky here in a little bit. I couldn't get a nap in this afternoon to save my life, and I'm on 3 hours of sleep from last night. So, all right, looking good there, Matt. Yeah, well, guys, you got to give it up to Balls, man. Like, I'm looking at him like he's confident. He's wearing a freaking tank top right now. Like, guys, Balls is kind of like looking like a little McCaffrey, a little Pat McAfee over there. Like, he's kind of like he's gonna start showing up to all the Playmaker podcasts in a freaking tank top like a wife beater. He's gonna show us off and tell us what's up. He's gonna be
How
like,
about
Balls is here, baby. He's got the clean shave. You can see in he's got his face. You can see he's getting that nice like jawline, like all that. Like he's feeling himself as he should be. The man should be feeling himself. He should be proud of where he's at and where he's gone, and just more confidence to keep going farther and farther. To know that you can be here right now. Even I point these things out because I don't even know that you're really even aware of it. But you're obviously aware of it for yourself enough to realize, like, hey, because if you would have had a tank top on and you would have been on the like, you change, you're in the mirror real quick, whatever, and you wouldn't have been happy, you would have for sure like done something different and changed up before you were going to go be on camera. So it shows us that the confidence is there, which is awesome. It's a beautiful thing. I love to see it. And that's why I'm pointing it out. I'm not pointing it out to nitpick at you. I'm pointing it out to continue to push you and tell you that you're doing an awesome job. You're looking good. You're looking healthy, and you're looking happy. And that's huge. That's a huge thing. Ball's getting busy.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, for sure,
and,
man.
And I want to say, it's an extra large too. At that, I haven't worn extra large in a long time, so
there you go, man.
Crazy.
And it's new. And you can do this to it even
back to football.
All right. He's done with the. No, he is. He's looking good though, man. I just had to point it out. All right, looking good for that. All right, guys. So we got a couple more minutes. I mean, we can go overtime. I got plenty of hours left in my stream here to get through. I'm gonna do auctions next. Is there anything you guys want to touch on football yet here? Balls?
Yeah, I got one. I got one for the group.
Yeah.
Out of the second year QBs, which one is most likely to fail? So we're talking Mac, we're talking Lawrence, we're talking Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and am I forgetting one? Those are the five, right? Trey.
Yeah.
So there's your five that I want you to pick from. You have to give me the one that's most likely to be a bust. Bogarts.
Are you gonna phone a friend and get Mel?
So we both think it's so I'll go with mine because
who? You're cutting out picks. You must be in a bad spot.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we both have a difference of opinion. I'm gonna go with mine because I have to just respect an entirely different section of fans now. New York Jets, another dysfunctional organization. Not really a quarterback.
Zach
was in 1960s. So I would say Zach.
Okay, I like it. I respect it. Nate,
I actually went to my high school, but Justin Fields without question. He just has nothing around him. Like that team has literally given him a crap sandwich and told him to take several bites.
who is that?
Justin Fields.
Oh, Balls. That's Balls' home team, baby. He's out there smacking. The biceps are flexing now. He's showing it.
Okay. Hey, I love Fields. I think he can be good, but there's nothing around him. He's throwing to Daryl freaking Mooney as his number one.
There is that. And I think at the same time, Balls kind of knows that. We've had these talks last year as far as organization and what they need to do. Like, they need to get their heads out of there and figure shit out and get some players around them for them. I mean, we've talked about that. We've discussed that. So, Nate.
I probably would go Zach Wilson. Just because it is like that was the line. I don't trust it, and I know said like Garrett Wilson could be like a breakout guy for the Jets, but I'm like, they really just don't have much like outside of like him. I know they got Best Barrios, they got a couple other like guys, but I'm like they just don't have much there. So I probably say Zach Wilson because like I could say Justin Fields, but Fields kind of had an up and down season last season. So can we do that? So or Trevor Lawrence, but yeah, I'm gonna go Zach Wilson.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I want to root for. I know the Jets have one of the worst organizations, but I want to see something change there. I want to see Bryce Hall, and I'm not a Jets fan by any means, but I want to see. I'm a guy that likes to see these teams that have freaking struggled forever, like turn shit around and make some changes. I would love, the hype with the Bryce Hall thing, and I know it's all just hype right now, right? It's all hype right now. And again, it's going to depend on the line. And they, like someone even said, Terry says, Zach Wilson, because of line, is the worst, and maybe it is on paper right now. Maybe shit changes in season or at some point. So as much as I would probably say Zach too in the front position, but I don't want it to be Zach Wilson. I have a weird feeling. I think Trey Lance is overhyped. Now, will he be the worst out of all these guys? Probably not. Like, let's be honest, right? Between the list of who we have. But expectation-wise and what he has around him, I'm going to take it for a different angle. And I'm going to say that I'm going to go with Trey Lance and say that he's not going to meet up to the expectations that I think a lot of people think he will. Not saying, to answer your question differently, Balls, not to say that he's going to be the worst out of all of them, just in general. And I wanted to do it because I think we could all agree, like on a one between two guys typically. Now, we haven't heard Balls' answer yet to his question, so I can't totally say that with confidence. We've heard 3 out of the 4. So I guess I'm interested to hear what Balls has to say and what his thoughts are on that.
So mine was kind of thinking long term too. I was thinking more past just this year too with it. I think Fields is going to have a rough year, but the one thing that gives me optimism with Fields compared to mine is Trevor Lawrence, is the way that Chicago approached free agency this year. They didn't spend like crazy. They were really conservative, where next year they're going to be able to be a team like Jacksonville was this year. And I just think some of the acquisitions Jacksonville made at wide receiver didn't really help. And I'm not sure that Trevor Lawrence is going to take that jump. I don't think they surrounded him. And I think that organization at the top is still really in trouble. He's got a great coach in Doug Marrone, but I just think they could have surrounded him with better weapons, and their approach to free agency was rough, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I like it. So I think we got a pretty, and again, I took a little bit of a different angle from it just because I didn't want us kind of giving same somewhat answers, because I think a lot of us have the same feelings depending upon outcomes. It's just kind of where we see it right now, where we think or how we believe something's at. Anything else anybody wants to touch on the NFL specifically before we move on? And we can, we're over that. We're right at the mark where I wanted us to be at, and we can roll it over, and I can start doing some auctions here for like 3 hours or 4 hours or something. The next segment. What do you guys think? Pittsburgh, Nate, Balls, got anything else you want to add on this? You're muted.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. I love it, man. I love it. It's always fun when we can all have fun and just laugh and have a good time. That's what it's all about, man. So tell Mel to get his continue to get his stuff up, because we'll have to have him on the. You guys can both join us. You guys have to join the Playmaker podcast more often. Like when we actually do them, like during the season, it'd be awesome. Here's what I want to do. This was kind of just like, because we only had like an hour roughly to kill in this span of what I really had. What I want to put together is like a all out, probably like a 3-hour episode of the Playmaker podcast, which is like a preseason, pre-football, if you will, podcast where we dive in like literally pretty much team by team. Each of our takes on strengths, weaknesses,
where we see things, where we feel each of us feel they're going to be. We'll write down even what we feel like the team's records are going to be, and we'll compare those notes, like, to the end of the season to see how well and how close we all got to, just for fun, just to see. It's all taking shots and guesses, but I really want to, sleepers for each team, who's going to be breakouts. We did just a small overview. We just picked on a few little things. Barely had time to really touch on a lot. I mean, we can, like I said, we could have done this for 3-4 hours tonight, but I don't want to keep you guys that long when it's not planned for that, when I'm not like, hey, guys, by the way, I'm doing a 24-hour stream like a month ahead of time. Like, hey, we can do this segment. Would you guys be down to do 3-4 hours of this? I only want to take an hour or so of your time for this, so tonight. But when we can plan it before the season, before preseason starts, like do it right before preseason starts, I think it would be awesome. Like just an awesome drop down and just hype it up, and just a lot of different viewpoints, a lot of different people on. So Brady would be joining us as well. Brady's always got a lot of insight. Brady's kind of our right at the computer guy type deal, like diving into numbers, like as we're talking things, like, well, actually, like they had 45 first down. Like, he'll actually dive in, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Brings a different angle to it. We all have our own things. So, and it's just awesome. It makes it flow. I think we enjoy doing it. So love to have you guys on board whenever you could join. It'd be cool for you guys to do like that preseason show, if we can fit it in with your guys' schedule or something as well. And as always, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys joining. Appreciate everybody watching. So what's going to happen, guys, just so everybody knows, I have to transition over, I'm in StreamYard right now. I have to transition over to Streamlabs. It'll probably be like a minute or two delay because I can't turn on Streamlabs. Well, I could, but it's going to kill my camera and mic right now if I would still be talking. So I just got to completely turn up. Then I got to fire up the other one, and I can't create my go live shit until my camera or whatever's killed. So there'll be like a minute or two gap. But don't worry, for anyone who's counting the 24 hours, we'll make sure we add those 2 minutes in or whatever the difference is, so that you guys get me for a full 24 hours and whoever else has been joining as the night tomorrow goes on. So with that being said, guys, I want to appreciate you guys jumping in. All 20 of you, literally, while you're waiting for me to go live again, I'll reshare it on Twitter, whatnot. But while you're doing that, if you haven't left a comment yet on my community post on YouTube, just leave a comment under my most recent post. It just says, leave a comment here for next giveaway, so you can get a shot at the next giveaway. All right. All you need to do is leave any comment. All right, guys. I love you. I will be live. Yeah.
Def, can you put that link in your community too once you go live again? Maybe put it in there so people are looking for
it. I'll just post it on the community tab as well, so everybody knows we're live. I'll tweet it in that. So, and we'll be doing auctions, guys. We'll be doing the auction side. So, guys, love you guys. Thank you all for joining. I will literally be live as soon as I can get it fired back up with everything loaded. So, all right. Peace, guys. Love you guys. Later. Thank you.